On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins, Athletics Director Wayne Stellick, the staff, the students, and the alumni, Springdale High School, it's our pleasure to bring you this presentation of the Bulldog Sports Network. Hi again, everybody. Zach Arns, the voice of the Bulldogs, coming to you live from Little Rock, Arkansas, high atop War Memorial Stadium, as the Dogs get set to continue their quest to return to Little Rock against the Parkview Patriots. Joining me, as he always does from the broadcast position, is my good friend Carlos Trevino. Carlos, good to have you back. And after a Week 1 win, spirits are high on the red side of town.
Absolutely. After last week's game against Joe T. Robinson, the Dogs, talking to them afterwards and in the days to follow, they were pumped. They said that this year looks to be better, I think, than anything that we've really seen from them lately.
It's going to be an interesting contrast in styles here between these two teams. Parkview, if you don't know anything about them, they are a 5A school out of Little Rock. They play their home games here at War Memorial Stadium, which is an interesting venue for a lot of different reasons, a lot of history inside this building. Carlos and I are up on the third floor of the press box. This is as high up as we've ever been, so it's going to be an interesting afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun. Parkview comes in, have not played a game yet. They're 0-0 on the season. This will be their first contest. Last year, 4-6 on the year. They had a couple of close calls with some really good football teams. 7A champion North Little Rock, they lost to North Little Rock 29-20, and then took the two 5A finalists down to the wire, lost to Pulaski Academy on a field goal at the Horn, and then played McClellan and lost by 2. So they're a team on the come up. Now they've got some issues. They've got some youth at some key positions, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the quarterback position here for Parkview in just a little bit. Carlos and I will be back very shortly to start talking about those things. We're going to go to the coaches show. After that, we'll come back and set up the game. You are watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Athletics in Springdale has been producing winners since 1910. Our coaches do a tremendous job connecting our students to our schools. We are one community.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post, from downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Welcome to the Springdale Bulldog pregame show here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Joining us as he always does in the pregame show, head coach Zach Clark. And Coach, lots to talk about coming out of the big win over Joe T. Robinson last week. And I guess we'll have to start with that running back of yours, number 20, Garrett Vaughn, 212 and 5 touchdowns.
He's unbelievable. You know, we've known about Garrett for a while, and boy, if we can keep him healthy, he's just going to have a monster year. You know, his vision, his toughness. But athletically, he's special. I mean, he's a 4.4 40 guy. There was a couple of times where they kind of had him hemmed up, and you know, he busted around the edge, and it looked like a 5th grade football game. But and then other time, I mean, he'll hit the counter tight. He's versatile, and he's great back.
One of maybe the things, the unsung heroes of last Thursday night were the 5 guys up front. Not only 304 yards rushing, but Grant Allen faced 0 pressure.
He did. I mean, those guys up front, especially, you know, we have Sissenfu and Eliu, who are our 2 best linemen returning from last year, but the other 3 were brand new. And Jesus Alvarez, he's got a bright future. You know, our left tackle, he looks the part, and he's tremendously talented. But he had a better game than I was anticipating. And Angel Ortega on the other side is just a you know, really solid player. He's gained a lot of weight in the off season. Then Felipe Aldaco has kind of been the surprise of the off season and through spring ball, and you know, he's our right guard. Just, you know, those guys up front as a unit and individually did a phenomenal job.
Your passing game got into gear in the second quarter, and Grant Allen was 11 of 17 for 173 yards. But you know, the receivers got going. Brock went 5 for 118, and then old reliable Jaden Cornelius, all he does is catch touchdowns.
He's Jaden is you know, on 3rd down and in the red zone, he's truly a weapon because he's so tough, and it seems like every catch he makes is a big catch and gets first down, and or gets us out of a hole, and he just, you know, lucky he'll be a 3-year starter. You know, obviously lucky we have him. And then Brock, even though he's banged up and not 100%, you know, he's so experienced that you know, he's a veteran. He's new to us, but he's a veteran out there.
Defensively, you had a couple of old dogs step up. Christian Wise had 10 tackles. Jawan had 10 tackles. Christian played a great game, had a interception, a forced fumble, kind of a guy that you're going to lean on a little bit. He was all over the place.
He was, and you know, that's to be expected. I mean, this is you know, he's a returning starter. This will be his, you know, what, 12th game to start, and he played well. He was all over the place. He played hard, and we expect that. That's the kind of effort that we need. Same with Jawan, and really Jawan had an outstanding. He's a special teams player of the week this week or last week, and he needs to put together more games like that, and he will. I mean, he's as talented as there is in this conference, and real proud of him.
One of the question marks you had defensively coming in was your defensive line. You lost Isaiah to the University of Arkansas, but Bruno and Ramon stepped in and played very well, and then Jason, Nathan are just as steady as can be.
They are. Those guys, I think that's going to be the key. Can we, you know, as we transition into, you know, the 3-4, can we hold up in the run? Can we get pressure on the passer without having to bring, you know, 5-6 guys? And so far, you know, through week 1, we certainly did that. So really proud of those guys, and you know, we'll obviously need a big effort this week and on into the season, but hopefully we can build off that.
We'll be back to talk about the Parkview Patriots coming up. You're watching the Springdale Bulldog pregame show on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
First Security is here. Only here. So that means we're here, here, and here. Even here. And definitely here. Because here is where we want to be for you. First Security Bank. Only in Arkansas.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
We prepare for victory because defeat is not an option. We break our bones and bleed to triumph. We are not the underdogs. We break the narrative every day. We do not simply let these obstacles overtake us. We eliminate all boundaries of our existence. Our success is limitless. Our presence is legendary. Our brilliance is uncomparable. We are here for glory. Each day we prepare for this. Fight for this. Not dictated by others' expectations for us. We define our own. We will achieve greatness. Our backgrounds do not define us. We define us. We live in the moments we spend here, on the field, in the locker room, surrounded by our team, our family. These are our brothers and sisters. This is our home. This is ours. This is our Springdale.
Woof, 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 woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof. Ruff, 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 ruff.
Yeah, I got school spirit. Woof.
Woof, 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 woof. Woof, 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 woof.
An IB class is a class that follows the IB curriculum, and that's an international curriculum that every student who's in an IB class follows that curriculum around the world.
A challenging course, it's similar to an AP course, except a student would take an IB class in all their subjects, not just subjects that they want to take, like math or Spanish.
If you're going to do IB, you need to know the risks. You need to know that you're going to be challenged like you've never been challenged before.
It's challenging, but it's really rewarding, especially when you see the depths that you can get to, and like I said, the connections that you can make with people that are different from you, but they're still taking this class.
With great leaders, it spreads throughout the entire IB community. Everybody's focused on making sure that everybody succeeds. And that's really one of the best qualities that I personally experienced in my high school.
I believe they benefit them in that they'll be more open-minded, they'll be more prepared for college, they'll be better critical thinkers, writers, readers, and just a more well-rounded citizen and ready to take on the world.
the goal is that everybody succeeds. People help people with homework and take time away from their own studies to make sure that other people get their assignments done. It's a family. It's the IB family. And there's so many things about IB that, you know, draw people to it. But the IB family is the support system that really makes IB worthwhile.
My favorite thing is when students come back after their freshman year of college and talk about how college wasn't that big of a deal because they've already done a lot of the hard work to prepare for it.
IB will prepare you for college.
What does it take to overcome, to battle, to go beyond? Creating flesh and blood, each battle, each warrior, each chief, true brethren, the art of the fight, the music and power, the story of strength, eternalized in glory, brilliance manifested. A tribe is made up of those who have followed the footsteps of past generations, who are clearly different from the mainstream and dominant society, leaving a burning legacy for those to come. Only one tribe is true. Only one is ours. Only one is Springdale.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have a diverse population like Springdale for kids in the classroom to see people that look like them, so it gives them a role model.
I always say if I had somebody like me in kindergarten that could speak both of the languages, that would be tons of help.
We go out of our way to provide everything that we can so that their children can get a wonderful education, because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Northwest Arkansas, it's growing. That's one of the great things.
I am originally from San Antonio, and I cannot tell you, this is a wonderful place to raise your children.
It's just a great place to live, to work, and just to have fun.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown Fresh.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Arvest is not your typical bank. See for yourself.
I do most of my banking online.
I really utilize it more for my online bill pay, which is absolutely great.
Do you use the Arvest Go app?
Yes, I do use the app. I love it.
The best part is the quick view. You don't even have to log in. You can just see what your accounts are that day.
When you log in now, it just shows everything right there.
The fingerprint touch is a game changer.
We use the app, got to transfer money in a pinch. Quick and easy.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
And we welcome you back to War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas for tonight's contest between the Springdale Bulldogs and the Parkview Patriots. Again, Springdale comes in 1-0 on the season, coming off a 48-28 victory over Joe T. Robinson last Thursday night at Gerald Williams. Kind of a unique setting for a high school football game. There's nobody on the home side, which is a little different, but the crowd will be on the far side. They're still filing into the stadium. Carlos, let's talk about a couple of things here. Let's first talk about the weather, which is, it is warm. It's 90 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds will be blowing, if you're watching on the Bulldog Sports Network, they will be blowing from right to left at about 7 miles per hour. That's east-southeast. Probably won't have a huge impact on the game, but the temperature is not expected to go much below 85 degrees before the end of the football game. Carlos, let's talk a little bit about the Parkview Patriots. They're a young team, 4-6 last year. They took a couple of quality teams to the wire. They've got it. Looks like they're going to start a sophomore at quarterback, then all-conference quarterback in Gary Allman. We'll talk about him in just a little bit, but looks like they're going to start the big kid, Landon Rogers, 6'3", 215. Looked good in a scrimmage a couple weeks ago against Pine Bluff, and he looks like he might be the trigger man.
Absolutely. Watching him in warm-ups, he looked as if he had a little bit of zip behind his ball. Running-wise, couldn't really tell. He didn't really run during pregame, but I think if Springdale can definitely contain him off the edge, I think we'll be in good shape tonight.
Should be a interesting matchup. Let's talk a little bit about your keys to the game tonight. We talked about them on the way down. Let's get into this.
The first one I have is definitely win the battle in the trenches tonight. In what I saw size-wise, our offense and defensive line outweigh Parkview. So really what it is, we need to win the battle of the trenches, be able to lean on them and just pound the rock and get after them on defense. Another one is defensively is, can you make a stop? We had times where we had Robinson players in the backfield, and then they kind of broke free. Luckily, we would stop them for about a 4 or 5 yard gain, but still tonight, Parkview has some athletes that can break it for a big gain if we don't get them wrapped up very quickly. Stick with your game offensively. Parkview defensively, they throw a lot at you. They run kind of a 3-4-4-3 mix-up, but what you're going to see is they don't play in what we saw in film, Zach, a lot of scheme. They kind of do a freelance-style defense, and that can be detrimental to Springdale's offense. So stick with what and don't panic. I know last week we said our guys stayed pretty level-headed and cool and stuck with their game and was able to outlast Robinson.
This Parkview team scrimmaged the #1 team in 6A, Pine Bluff, a couple of weeks ago, played to a 7-7 tie. They look great in that they look great on defense. They run very well. They're second-level defenders. Their linebackers. We'll talk about Chandler McIntosh and Thomas McCauley probably all night long. Those are two very good inside linebackers. Springdale feels like they've got some matchup advantages schematically. They think they can do some things, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. Parkview has not played a football game yet. Springdale, of course, played last week, so you get those first game jitters. You're in a very odd environment. This is a 50,000 seat stadium, and everybody's sitting on one side. So it's going to be interesting. I don't think Springdale in any way is intimidated by this. I think Springdale is going to be ready to roll. So it should be a lot of fun. We're about ready for the coin toss. The captains tonight for Springdale: Jacob Sissamfu, Nathan Burkett, Trey Tolbert, and McCain Woods. On the far side for Parkview, I believe that is #1 Markel Acorn, Gary Allman is number 50 on the far side, I believe, and we're going to struggle a little bit. We are so high up that it's very, very difficult to see the far side. That's Brandon Nkonkwo. The number 17 for Parkview is Leonard Elabike, and number 20, that is Kayshawn Carroll. So they're getting ready for the coin toss tonight. The weather report was brought to you by Best Sports. Glad to have them along as a sponsor of Springdale Athletics, the pregame show sponsor Harps Foods, happy to have them along. Glad you're with us wherever you might be, whether you're here in Central Arkansas, back home in Northwest Arkansas, driving around your car, listening to us on 95.3. Glad to have everybody along. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good one. The coin toss sponsored by the Varsity Club, connecting all lettermen across the Springdale district. So, while we await the coin toss, a couple of quick notes from Springdale's game last week. Garrett Vaughn was the Northwest Arkansas Touchdown Club's Player of the Week for his 212-yard and 5-touchdown performance. Garrett got a lot of pub this week. Hopefully he can continue that going into next week. And if you're listening very closely, you can hear the wind sort of blowing against our microphones. We have the windows open here at War Memorial. And the wind has picked up just a little bit. Springdale has won the toss, and they have deferred. So Parkview is going to get the football first.
So just like we saw last week, Springdale defense is going to have to come out and answer very quickly against a untested Parkview team. So we'll see how the defense answers right off the bat.
So Springdale is going to they're going to kick off. That'll be Silvestre Martinez as we await the teams to come onto the field. Again, this is kind of an odd setting. We were excited when we got here. It was a lot of fun to set up. I mean, you're broadcasting in a college stadium, which is something that we don't get to do a whole lot. And I think we agree after going through all of this, we like Gerald Williams a whole lot better. It is it's a different type of setup, and we're glad you're here with us. For those that are driving around, we'll do the best we can on 95.3 at 1290 AM just to give you sort of the best picture that we can. We await both teams to come out of the tunnel. I have not seen Parkview come down the ramp yet. They're on the far side. And we do apologize if our picture is a little blurry. The folks here at War Memorial have demanded that we close the windows, so our cameras have to shoot through the windows, which could create some issues, but we'll work on that as the evening goes along. For those of you that are new along the Bulldog Sports Network, he's Carlos Trevino, former Bulldog. My name is Zach Arns, not a former Bulldog, but wish I was. And we are just about ready to get this thing going. Springdale is down in the tunnel. They are awaiting Parkview's entrance.
With that being said, here comes Parkview walking down the tunnel right now.
Parkview, again, 4-6 on the year last year, played very well towards the end of the season. They're under Bobby Bolding. That's his second year. Brad Bolding. He's 83-44 overall, 4-6 at Parkview. They do return 6 starters on offense, 5 on defense. As Carlos mentioned, it's a 3-man multiple front. Got a lot of guys at that second level that can run. It's sort of a hybrid deal. They'll drop down into a 4 down with 2 linebackers. It's a complicated scheme, but I think Springdale had a pretty good beat on it in talking with the coaches. They are picked 3rd in the 5A Central. They're ranked 14th overall in 5A. That, for those that are not familiar with the classifications, 5A is the classification with Pulaski Academy in it. And their last one, as we saw last week, PA is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
So
I think both you and I were at that game, and Pulaski Academy, just I think completely out-dominated HAR-BER last week. And that's not, saying – the HAR-BER played an awful game.
No, PA's just really good.
Was amazing.
And that HAR-BER team's a young team. They'll be fine. They'll get it turned around as they go on through the season. But so Springdale is coming out onto the field again, 1-0 on the season, coming off a 20-point victory over the second-ranked team in 4A, the Joe T. Robinson Senators. As you pointed out, this is Springdale's second trip to Little Rock since that infamous 2005 championship game.
It was the second time the first time since 05 was my junior year in 2011. We came up here and played Little Rock Catholic when Catholic was having their home games here at War Memorial. Wasn't the same outcome that we would have liked like 05 was, but it was still something, a nice field to play, a nice stadium.
It's always nice to have the dogs in Little Rock. Again, the weather is warm, 90 degrees, partly cloudy. There's like one cloud right now, and it is blocking the sun on the field. And it's just kind of hovering over War Memorial. There's a rainbow earlier. We haven't had any rain of any sort. So I want to say hi to my good friend Jimmy Hutchins, who I know is at home watching the game on his 2,000-inch plasma TV, as he likes to point out to me almost every single week. Appreciate Jimmy being along. We've got a couple more shout-outs, so please don't text us. We got all of them last week. We'll get them in this week. So while we wait for the kickoff, I want to remind you that we are broadcasting live from the Absolute Air Broadcasting Castle here in War Memorial Stadium. The Parkview comes onto the field. Springdale yet to break the huddle. Silvestre Martinez will kick off. Going back deep for the Patriots, it's number 3, Gary Allman. And number 9, Demetrius Feemster. He was clocked at 4.3 seconds in the 40-yard dash. So they've got some guys
40.
that can go, and Springdale's certainly going to have to keep an eye on that. So Silvestre's got it teed up. We are about ready for football. Silvestre checks, and we are underway. It's going to be a pooch kick. It's going to come down at the 28-yard line. Getting to the outside, that is Leonard Ilbike. That's where Parkview will take over. It's just across the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Let's set that Springdale defense. Across the defensive lines, Jace Carrier, Ramon Esparza, Nathan Burkett. The linebackers, Chop Sanders, Trey Tolbert, Hunter Cornelison, Christian Wise. The back 4, Gabe Buchhaus, Tony White, Juwan Boyd, and Jonathan Lopez. So here we go, first play of the ball game. Gary Allman is going to play the running back spot. This is something Zach Clark talked about. They felt like Allman would be the guy to start despite Landon Rogers playing the entire scrimmage against Pine Bluff. Scroggins is the tailback. He's number 6. He's a good one. 4 wide to start the ball game.
Allman comes back as an all-state quarterback last year for Parkview.
Bruno Martinez is going to get the start. Springdale going to go big across the front. You got Burkett, Esparza, Martinez, and Chops, the down 4. So here we go. First play of the ball game. Allman in the shotgun. Takes and gives straight ahead. No, he's going to keep it. This is Allman. He's got a little bit of a lane. He's going to be knocked down. He knocked down at the 49-yard line. Juwan in to make the stop.
Great option read there by Parkview. Able to find the hole in the Springdale defense right there.
So now we've got a discussion. So they are going to call it a first down. Allman on the rush. It's first down for Parkview. Ball at the 50. Now Landon Rogers is checked in. Allman the running back, and we've got flags down. So it's been kind of a herky-jerky start to this one. See what the flag is. No indication yet. So it looks like it's going to go against Parkview. No indication from the referee. There we go. Illegal numbering against Parkview. So that'll back them up to the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. Landon Rogers is checked in at the quarterback spot. Here's Rogers. Straight ahead to Allman. There's Ramon Esparza. It's a nice play there by the Dogs. He might get 1 out of that. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Good job there by Esparza to break through that offensive line for Parkview and tackle.
One of the things that Coach Clark talked about quite a lot was this offensive line from Parkview being able to overpower that very good front 3 from Springdale. He's very concerned about that. Maybe that's the reason for the larger group in there, Bruno and Esparza in the 4-man front. So here's 2nd down. We'll call it 15. They gave him about a half yard on that. Rogers, the quarterback. He's going to throw for the first time. Springdale brings some pressure. Ball's on the way. It's going to go incomplete, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. We're going to have to keep an eye on that Rogers-Gary Allman dynamic. Looks like Allman probably going to be more the wildcat running back. Rogers probably more the thrower. Jace is going to check in. J-Lo comes in at corner on this 3rd down and 14.
And I think there on that penalty that Parkview had, I think the illegal number was on number 30, Chandler McIntosh.
Yeah, we talked about that on the way down. He was playing guard last week, and I'm not sure you can do that. So 3rd down, 15 yards ago, Springdale shows blitz. Rogers fires the screen. Springdale's got it defensed well, chops with a stop, and Springdale's going to get a 3 and out.
And all 3 and outs this year are brought to you by Tim Pruitt State Farm Insurance. Great job there by Chops to diagnose that outside screen and be there to stop Parkview.
Feaster makes the catch, 1 yard on the play, and we were watching Parkview punt during warm-ups. Not impressive. We'll see what we'll see how this goes. So they're going to send out their punter. It's going to be Gary Allman. You know, Parkview's got a tight end named Aaron Outley who was an all-conference guy last year as a freshman. Fantastic football player. Back deep for the Bulldogs, Brock Pounders, Juwan Boyd, and this is a low line drive. Brock with the catch at the 23. Brock's got a bit of a lane. Brock across the 35. Brock to the 40. Brock to the 45. Out of bounds. And that, we got a flag down. So we'll wait and see what that is.
The punt is returned by number 2, Brock Pounders.
Good job there by Brock to find a seam and get up to the 45 as we wait to see what this flag is here.
Illegal block in the back. On the receiving team.
So it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It'll back the Bulldogs up. The Springdale offense across the front, very good last week. Jesus Alvarez, Big Barney, he was on fire last week. Eliu Enrique, Jacob Sissamfu, Felipe Aldaco, and Angel Ortega. The wide receivers, you'll see Brock Pounders, Jeffrey Mann. The tight end is Jaden Cornelius. The running back, of course, Garrett Vaughn. And the slot guy, that'll be Daryl Parchment. So they'll put the ball at the 26-yard line.
And that starting lineup was brought to you by the Varsity Club.
So first down for the Dogs, ball to 26-yard line. They're going to go 5 wide. Grant alone in the shotgun. Now they're going to shift Darrell and Garrett back into the running back spots. High snap, Garrett. He's not going to get much. They're going to wrap him up at the 26-yard line. So first offensive play, high snap and no gain, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Parkview did a good job of executing on a mishandle there for Springdale. As we said, high snap. Grant had to kind of bring the ball down to get it into Garrett, and Parkview was just there to swallow him up.
A couple of guys to keep an eye on for Parkview defensively. Number 2, Thomas McCauley, is a great middle linebacker. Chandler McIntosh, number 30. Those 2 inside players are very, very good. So 2nd and 10. It's Grant and Garrett in the shotgun. Grant gives to Garrett on the draw. Here's Garrett Vaughn. And he'll get up near the 30-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice little hole there for Garrett. The linebackers were just there to be able to trip him up and bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
So it's 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Trevor Gum's going to come out. He corrected me last week. His nickname is Dad Gum. So there you go. You'd be surprised how many nicknames these kids have that they didn't tell me. So 3rd down, 7 yards to go. Grant in the shotgun. That's Brock Pounders in motion. Good protection. Grant looking. We got a flag down. The pass is going to go incomplete, intended for Jeffrey Mann. I'm imagining that the call will be holding.
Grant Allen's pass is incomplete.
So they're going to take the penalty and back Springdale up. Yeah, okay, there we go. Coach Bolding on the far side is going crazy, saying he wants to decline the penalty. And that'll bring up 4th down and 7. So Springdale will be forced to punt.
Good job by Parkview to force Springdale early in another 3 and out. Again, all 3 and outs brought to you by Tim Pruitt State Farm Insurance.
There's some confusion early amongst the referees and both teams. Now here we go. So Grant will drop back in punt formation. 4th down. We'll call it 7. Dropping back deep for Parkview is number 3. That's Gary Allman. Grant comes in averaging 46 yards per kick. Kind of a sidewinder. Allman's going to retrieve it at the 36. He's got a little bit of a seam across the 45. Gary Allman is going to be knocked out of bounds by Ramona Sparza. And they're going to knock him out of bounds in Springdale territory.
Good job there by Esparza to get out to the edge and force him out of bounds. Because as you and I said, Allman's got some speed.
He is he's an all-conference player from last year. Dangerous player. So here's Parkview's second series. They picked up a first down on a Gary Allman run and went backwards from there. So the Springdale defense slowly figuring this out. We'll keep an eye on the quarterback situation. Looks like Landon Rogers will be the quarterback. Allman is the running back. The guy to keep an eye on is the tight end number 36, Aaron Outley, 6'4", 236, just a sophomore. This is Allman. Cuts it up, heads north, and he's going to be knocked down. Ball's loose. No, that's a helmet. Sorry. He'll wind up, there was something rolling around on there. So Allman's going to wind up picking up 3 yards. It'll be down to the 41-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Good job there by Stoney to come up from a safety spot and lay a hit there on Allman. The helmet rolling looked to belong to Ramon Esparza.
He'll check out. Jace checks in. So 2nd down, now they're going to go to the I formation. They'd like to run the power out of this right behind McCauley. Did this several times last week against Pine Bluff. This is Allman. He's going to be tripped up. He's going to be close to first down yardage. They'll mark him down at the 37. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
We're so high up here, it's very hard to tell who was able to make that play there for Springdale.
So 3rd down. The line to make is the 34. Best as we could tell, Parkview has no kicking game whatsoever. It was an adventure, to say the very least, during warm-ups. So I imagine that this is 4-down territory for the Patriots. Rogers has McCauley and Allman in the eye. They'll take and give to Allman straight ahead. Springdale had him there for a second. Stoney's going to knock him down, but looks like it's going to be 1st down for the Patriots.
Almost looks to be right there at the line, right here down in front of us. Let's see what the refs say.
I think they're gonna have to measure this one. Nope, they're gonna say it's short. So
4th down here.
4th down and short for Parkview. Once again, lining up in the eye, and this is what Coach Clark talked about, was Parkview's ability to just take the football and run with it, and that Landon Rogers is going to be pushed forward, and he's going to get the 1st down.
Parkview got a good push there on the Springdale defense. Linebackers came up, made the hit, but it was just a yard too late as Parkview was able to pick up that 1st down.
You get about 2.5, and the drive will continue. 1st down for Parkview. Ball resting at the 32-yard line. Three receivers to the top of the screen. It's Landon Rogers and Allman in the backfield. This is Allman. And Springdale's got that one diagnosed pretty well. He's not going to get much, if anything. Chops was there. Bruno Martinez there.
Nathan Burkett, first one there.
I'll give him maybe 6 inches on that. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. This Parkview team, not a great passing team. They make their living running the football.
Looks as if Springdale actually today is running an even 4-3 front versus the 3-4 we saw last week.
McCauley, the lone running back behind Landon Rogers. Allman splits out wide. Here's McCauley. He puts his head down and gets over the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down for Parkview.
Good run there by Allman.
Picked up 4 on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6, and this is not where Parkview wants to be. And he's 3rd and longs.
Springdale defensively last week was able to hold Robinson to a good 3 and outs multiple times last week.
It's Rogers with Allman beside him in the backfield. 4 wide receivers. 3rd down, 6. Play clock is at 5. Rogers will throw, pressure coming, and he gets loose. Rogers has an alley. He's across the 20, and he's going to get down to the 15-yard line, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Patriots. Springdale brought the pressure, couldn't make the tackle, and it's going to be 1st down for the Patriots. 14-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Good job there by Rogers to be able to get to the outside and pick up a good chunk of yards there for the Patriots to be able to set up inside the Storm Orthodontics red zone here at War Memorial.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 14-yard line. I formation. Landon Rogers under center, takes and gives to Allman. It was Hunter Cornelison that shot through, knocks him down, maybe a 1-yard pickup. For those listening on the radio, Parkview going from left to right. As the sun sets here at War Memorial Stadium. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. He's Carlos. I'm Zach. Got the best in the business behind me. Seth. Got Yvette. Who's the other one over there? Is that Felipe?
Pedro.
Pedro? Jose. Oh. Got him standing right next to me. He's just looking at me like, what are you talking about?
We got new camera guys.
We got new camera guys this year. Here's Allman trying to get to the outside. He's got a hole inside the 5-yard line. He's going to walk into the end zone for a Parkview touchdown. So Gary Allman opens the scoring tonight.
Job there by Parkview to be able to get Allman to the outside. And Allman, like we said, has speed and was just able to outrun the Springdale defense there to the corner.
So on to try the extra point. It's number 13 for Parkview, Jalen White. This was an adventure during warm-ups. Allman the holder. And we've got flags. Looks like J-Lo jumped off sides. So we'll try this again. Out of Allman's hold, Jalen White, the kicker. Kick is on the way, and it's good. So with 4:18 to go in the first quarter, our new score, Parkview 7, Springdale nothing. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System, Bentonville and Springdale. When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System, Bentonville and Springdale.
9 plays, 44 yards for the Parkview Patriots. Gary Allman goes the last 13, and the Bulldogs find themselves in a hole again, 7-0. You've got an updated score?
I do. Team we played last week, Joe T. Robinson, is actually hosting Rogers tonight, and they're up 7-0 early in the first quarter.
A lot of good games tonight around the 7A West. We'll try and keep you up to date on all of those. Bentonville-Conway is going to be a good one. My good friend Jeff Matthews, broadcaster for the Conway Wampus Cats. Back deep for the Bulldogs. Garrett Vaughn, you got Daryl Parchman and Juwan Boyd set to kick off for Parkview's number 13, Jalen White. Springdale's second offensive possession upcoming. First one resulted in a 3-and-out. So White's got it teed up. We back underway. A pooch kick. Brindle calls for the fair catch. Springdale's going to take it at the 41, and they will start with very good field position.
Let's see what this Springdale offense drew up here as Parkview had the ball after that 3-and-out. See if we can punch it in the end zone.
So Grant will bring the offense out. Springdale offense, 460-plus yards of offense last week, most of it coming in the second half.
A lot of that coming on the ground.
Brock and Mann to the top of the screen. You got Darrell at the bottom. The tight end's Jaden Cornelius. That's Jaden in motion. Here's Grant. He'll take, throw. He's got Brock. Brock's first catch of the afternoon. Get up to the 45-yard line. It's good for a couple, and it'll bring up second down.
Good job there by Jaden and looked to be man out there as well.
One thing that the Springdale coaches talked about consistently in talking about this Parkview defense was how well they ran to the football. They felt there were some opportunities in over-pursuing where they might be able to get some misdirection going, but they felt like straight line speed, this is about as fast as they're going to see. It's Brock in motion. High snap. Here's Garrett. He's going to get across the 45-yard line up near the 47, and it'll bring up third down. So Springdale into third down again. They were 7 of 12 last week on third down conversions. So third down, 4 yards to go, ball resting at the 47. The line to make, it's about the 50 and a half, we'll call it.
Sounds fair.
Thank you. 4 wide receivers. Garrett Vaughn, the lone running back. Here's Grant in the shotgun. Grant to throw. He's going to go deep. He's looking for Darryl Parchment down the sidelines. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to bring up fourth down. So on comes the Springdale punt team.
Parkview defense again with another 3 and out there. And all 3 and outs again are sponsored by Tim Pruitt State Farm Insurance.
Gary Allman will drop back for Parkview. Again, the punter, Grant Allen. Grant's first punt, a 35-yarder. This one, an end-over-end knuckleball, fielded by Allman at the 17. Makes one guy miss. There's Trey Tolbert and a host of white shirts to knock him down at the 20-yard line. So good coverage there by the Bulldogs. Sets up Parkview at the 20-yard line.
See, the Springdale defense has them pinned back inside their own 20. Parkview's going to have about, say, 80.5 yards to drive.
So this will be Parkview's worst starting field position of the night. They've started at the plus 40 each and every time. So it'll be first down for the Patriots. As they break the huddle, we'll see who comes out at the quarterback spot. Looks like it's going to be Landon Rogers. They'll send 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Allman is the running back. Confusion in the Springdale secondary. Here's Allman. Nope, Rogers is going to keep it, and he's going to be wrapped up, and he's going to get a couple yards out of that, maybe 4. Trey Tolbert on the stop. It's a good pickup on first down for the Patriots. Patriots 59 yards rushing here in the first quarter.
Patriots are able just to kind of lean on this Springdale defensive front and just kind of move their way as they want.
Clock running, 2:20 to go, first quarter. Power set. McCauley is the H-back. They take and give. Nope, it's Rogers on the quick throw. That's El Beke, and he's got first down yardage still going across the 35-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Patriot first down.
Good job there by the Patriots to be able to see Springdale bring pressure there up the middle and just kind of swing it to the outside there for a little bubble screen.
13-yard pickup on second down. The ball's marked at the 37. First down Patriots, 2:04 to go in the first quarter. And we've got a flag. It's going to be a false start against Parkview. Ball will be marched back to the 32-yard line. Second penalty of the ball game against Parkview.
Another couple quick score updates around the 7A West. Fort Smith Southside leads Bentonville West early in the first quarter, 7-0, and Little Rock Central over Heritage right now 15-0.
So first down, 15 yards to go. Ball at the 32-yard line. This is Rogers on the counter to Allman. He's got a hole, and he has got nothing but room in front of him. Allman across the 50-yard line, knocked down by Stoney White, and that's going to be a first down for the Patriots.
Good job there by the Parkview offensive line. Opened up a big hole on that counter play for Allman just to kind of find his way up the seam into Springdale territory.
22 yards on the run for Allman. Allman so far 8 carries, 53 yards, does have the 1 touchdown. As the clock moves with 90 seconds to go in the first quarter, our score 7-0. Parkview driving again. This is Rogers with the play fake. He's going to take it, try and throw it deep, and he overshoots his man. It'll go incomplete and bring up 2nd down.
Great coverage there by Jonathan Lopez. I think had that ball been thrown almost perfectly, I think J-Lo might have had that pick.
Chase Carey checks back in for Springdale.
That brings up 2nd down. Parkview's pass is incomplete. That brings up 2nd down.
So 2nd down, 10. Ball at the 47-yard line of Springdale. This is Allman trying to get to the outside. Springdale's got it defensed well. He'll get a couple down to the 45-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
Good job there by the Springdale defense to swarm to the ball as Allman tried to bounce it to the outside. Couldn't quite get enough speed to the outside before Springdale got to him.
So it's 3rd down and long. Under a minute to go here in the quarter. Parkview thus far 1 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. Landon Rogers is the quarterback. Rogers, quick screen, it's going to fall incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Good job there by Springdale. Forced that incomplete pass there. Had pressure right up the middle on Rogers. Quick shout out across the way. Mr. Gary Reed over there getting the Springdale fans hyped here at Wool Memorial.
The Reed dog. Talked to him on our way down here. He was excited. Glad to see the Springdale crowd just sort of starting to file in a little bit. Little Rock traffic around 5 o'clock can be a nightmare. Looks like Parkview is going to go into punt formation. Allman will drop back. His first effort on the night was 31 yards. Deep for the Bulldogs, Jawan and Brock. And we've got whistles. It looks like a timeout for Parkview. We'll take the timeout with them. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Our score, Parkview 7, Springdale nothing. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Welcome back to Little Rock. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 our score. 4th down, 8 yards to go. Coach Boulding from Parkview electing to punt on 4th down. Gary Allman, not of the Allman brothers, back to kick for Parkview. Thank you. You don't even know who the Allman brothers are. That just makes me feel old. Allman, knuckleballs, heading for Brock Pounders. Brock fields it at the 16. He's going to take it across the 20-yard line, and that's where Springdale will start.
Am I supposed to know who the Allman brothers are?
70s rock band. It's okay.
Sorry.
I'll start serenading you with Allman Brothers songs here as the afternoon goes on. 31 seconds to go in the first quarter. Springdale's 3rd drive. The Bulldogs, not much going right so far offensively for the Bulldogs. 9 yards of total offense against this very tough Parkview defense. 2-back set alongside Grant Allen. Here's Garrett on the draw. Garrett, nice hole across the 30. Garrett Vaughn to the 35. That's going to be a first down, Springdale.
Good job there by the offensive line for Springdale. Opened up a hole. Little cut back there for Garrett. Followed right behind Fu and Enrique.
11-yard pickup for Garrett. First down, Bulldogs.
The ball carrier from Springdale. He's brought down at the 36-yard line. First down.
Springdale felt like they had some room to operate against that Parkview defense. feeling like they had some size advantages. Two-back set again. Here's same play. Garrett Vaughn bumps into one guy. He's going to fight up, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 as the quarter comes to an end. Our score, after 1, Parkview 7, Springdale nothing. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security. When homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security.
Welcome back to Little Rock 7-0. Our scorer, Carlos, has got some updates from around the 7A.
So at the end of the first quarter, Southside leads Bentonville West 7-0. Conway Bentonville 0-0. Heritage and Central 15-0 Central with the lead. And Joe T. Robinson lead Rogers 21-0 still in the first quarter.
So we start the second quarter. I want to send a shout-out to my good friend Chris Dotson, longtime Bulldog fan. Chris works with my wife and told me how much he loves Springdale athletics. And want to say hi to Chris. I know he's at home watching. Chris, good to have you along, as well as everybody else who's joining us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. 2nd and 10 as we begin the second quarter. Grant's going to throw, and we've got whistles.
So we got flag there. It's going to be a false start on Springdale.
So that'll back the Bulldogs up. That'll make it 2nd and 15. Springdale just hadn't been able to get in gear on offense. They really haven't been able to possess the football the way that they had hoped to. That offensive line, so good last week. Now we've got more whistles. Looks like they're going to have to reset the play clock.
There we go. They had to reset the game clock is what it was. The game
clock, okay. All right, so we're ready for the first play of the second quarter. 2nd and 15 facing the Bulldogs. Here's Grant to throw. Down the middle. And the ball's nearly intercepted by Scroggins. In and off the hands of Brock Pounders. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Say hi to my wife who's watching at home. Just sent me a nice text message.
I know my parents are back home watching in Springdale as well.
As is most of the town of Springdale. Donald Tucker, the voice of the Wildcats, watching as well. Hello, Donald.
Glad to have you along, Donald.
3rd and 15, 11:55 to go, second quarter. Grant's in the shotgun. He's going to throw. Right down the middle, finds Juwan Boyd in and out of his hands. Boy, he had it. And it's going to bring up 4th down, so Springdale's going to be forced to punt again.
This Parkview defense has definitely come to play. This is their 3rd 3-and-out that they forced Springdale into. Again, 3-and-outs this year, brought to you by Tim Pruitt State Farm Insurance. Glad to have them as part of our sponsor team this year.
Donald just sent me a screenshot of him watching the game on his big screen TV. Gary Allman drops back for Parkview. Grant Allen in punt formation. Good kick there by Grant. It's going to be fielded at the 34. Allman finds a little bit of a seam, makes one guy miss, and he's going to get across the 45-yard line. And that is where Parkview will take over.
The Parkview return man is number 3.
Good job there by J-Lo to stop Allman before he was able to get too much upfield.
So it'll be 1st and 10 ball at the 46. 11:42 to go, second quarter. 7-0 our score. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network, as well as along the line on 95.3 and 1290 back home in Northwest Arkansas. Parkview offense coming back onto the field. We'll see who the quarterback is. Looks like it's going to be Landon Rogers. Outside of the first play, he's gone pretty much the whole way. He'll go under center, I formation. McCauley and Allman are the running backs. This is Allman straight ahead, and Springdale is there. Still fighting a little bit, and he's going to get maybe a half yard out of it. And we'll bring up second down.
Good job there by the Springdale defensive line.
Feels like Springdale's defense has sort of settled in a little bit. You could see them when they walked in the stadium here. They were kind of looking around at the vastness that is War Memorial Stadium. And it feels like they've started to sort of dig in a little bit. Clock running, 11:15 to go in the half. Parkview taking their time here, which is pretty much what they wanted to do. Parkview, not huge numbers, doesn't play a ton of guys. Shotgun formation, Landon Rogers the quarterback. Gives to Allman, straight ahead. Now he's going to throw. He's got a man on the outside. That's Feemster. He's going to get down to the 41-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Good job there by Rogers to be able to find his receiver out here in the flats.
Rogers, 3 out of 6 for 27 yards on the night. His biggest play was that third down conversion, which led to the Gary Allman touchdown run. So 1st and 10, ball at the 42 of Springdale. Confusion in the formation there for Parkview. Rogers and Allman are in the backfield, and we've got flags. And it'll be a false start. This will be marched back to the 47-yard line. So it'll set up 1st and 15 for Parkview. Just saw a couple of hornets flying around the outside of our window. Close the window. Landon Rogers is the quarterback. They tried the jet sweep. Springdale's got it strung out.
Good job there,
Corey Alexander on the run.
Good job by the Springdale defense to force that way outside and be able to bring him about 2 yards or so on that gain.
Wind up getting down to the 44-yard line. We'll call it 2.5. It's going to bring up second down and 13 for Parkview. 10:32 to go in the quarter. Parkview has really controlled the football so far. 22 offensive plays, 111 yards. This is Rogers. He'll give straight ahead to Allman. He's got a seam. This is Allman inside the 30-yard line, down near the 25. So a 19-yard run for Gary Allman. And Parkview is getting close to that Storms Orthodontics red zone again.
Parkview offensive line right now, like I said, just kind of leaning on this Springdale defense, kind of wearing them down right now. So let's see what Springdale does to adjust to that.
Ball resting at the 25-yard line, 10:20 to go in the half. Allman on the night, 11 carries, 73 yards. The team has 103. Here's the counter to Allman. Springdale right there. Christian Wise among the Bulldogs there to make the stop.
Good job by the Springdale defense. They were able to sniff that out, be able to be there, hold them to about a half a yard or so on that. Take them to about the 24.5-yard line.
So second down, we'll call it 10. Marcus Hill is checked in as one of the receivers for Parkview. Rogers in the shotgun, got Allman alongside. Rogers will throw. Springdale brings the blitz. Ball's underthrown and goes incomplete. Good defense there by J. Lowe on the near side. Want to say hi to our good friend Kentrez Lowe. Glad he's watching.
What's up, Big Lowe? Glad to have you along as well.
Kentrez, big Bulldog fan. So third down, 9 yards to go for the Patriots. This is where they have been very successful so far. They have done pretty well at third down conversion, which led to a touchdown run by Gary Allman. Here's Rogers in the shotgun. He'll throw. Springdale shows blitz. Ball's knocked away by Stoney White. Great play by the Springdale safety, and it'll bring up fourth down and 9 yards to go.
Good job by Stoney there to be able to kind of get his hand in there and knock that ball away, as well as the defensive line here for Springdale. Got a shot there on Rogers right as he released the ball.
And you see Springdale bringing a lot of pressure. So 4th down and 9. Springdale makes some changes in the back four. Brendel Cook has checked in. Here we go, 4th down and 9. Rogers to throw. Fires down the ball, and the ball's intercepted.
Number 6, Ricky Monafor.
Is that Ricky?
That is Ricky.
Nice play there by the Springdale junior, Ricky Monafor. His first career interception. The Bulldogs turn the Patriots away.
Good job there by the Bulldogs to force that turnover. Got pressure in Rogers' face, made him throw, I think, a little bit earlier than he would have liked.
So Springdale's going to take over at the 13. We've talked about the turnover battle a lot. They were even last week with Joe T. Robinson. This week they get the first turnover of the ballgame, and with 9:13 to go in the quarter, Springdale takeover. Ball at the 13-yard line. The Springdale offense so good last week. 10 plays, 20 yards to this point. There's Grant in the shotgun. He'll give to Garrett on the counter. Garrett's not going to get much. He'll get up near the 15-yard line, and that'll be it and bring up 2nd down.
Good push there by the Parkview defensive line, and their linebackers flying upfield real fast.
They'll give him the 15, 2-yard pickup.
As we talked about earlier in this game, Parkview's linebackers are fast. So, and you're seeing it here as the game progresses.
So 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Ball at the 15, clock running, 8:40 to go in the half. 4 wide receivers. Grant's going to throw. And we're going to get a flag. That's going to be interference. Brock draws the interference call, and it'll be a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Good throw there by Grant.
Should put the football at the 30-yard line. Springdale will get a 1st down out of that, their 3rd of the ball game. Yeah, he didn't get there just a little early. He got there really early. That was the penalty will go against number 21, Wesley Sewin. The ball out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Dogs, ball at the 30-yard line. Seems to be some confusion as far as the formation goes. Plenty of time on the play clock. Clock at 12. Jaden and Brock to the bottom. And we're going to get a timeout. 8:31 to go in the half. 7-0 our score. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
7-0 our score, 8:31 to go in the half. You've got an update on Little Rock Central and Heritage.
At the end of starting the second quarter, I apologize. Little Rock Central leads Rogers Heritage 21-0.
Heritage had a rough one last week against Northside. Their struggles continue. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Grant's in the shotgun. He's got Garrett alongside. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Here comes Garrett. Finds a little bit of space up near the 35-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Good job.
2nd down.
Good job there by Garrett to be able to kind of read his holes and find one to the outside.
You know, last week Garrett kind of got it going in the second half. Most of his yards, in fact, the majority of his yards came in the second half as Springdale sort of exploded in the second half. Now we're going to go 5 wide, 3 to the bottom. You got Darrell, Jaden, and it looks like Jeffrey Mann to the bottom of the screen. Grant, quarterback draw, lane up the middle. There goes Grant. Across the 50-yard line. 1st down Bulldogs. Good call there by Coach Clark to use the legs of his quarterback. Springdale's got another 1st down.
Good job there by the offensive line, able to just kind of fan out Parkview's defense just enough to be able to open a big hole there for Grant to run through and pick up a good chunk of yards there.
So 1st and 10 for the Dogs, 7:50 to go in the half. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. That's Darryl Parchman to the top. Now we'll go into the pistol formation. Here comes Garrett on the zone. Across the 50, across the 45. Garrett Vaughn down the sidelines. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Springdale.
Good job there by Garrett Vaughn. Be able to get it to the outside and just outrun those Parkview defenders all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. Gets the Bulldogs there on the board for the first time tonight.
50-yard touchdown run by Garrett Vaughn. It's only the second game of the season. That's not his longest touchdown run. Garrett goes 50 yards. The extra point coming from Silvestre Martinez, who hit 6 last week. So Garrett picks up right where he left off. And now we'll see if Springdale goes for the 2. The coaches felt like they had some things they just needed to execute, and that they could be successful against this very good Parkview defense. Here comes Silvestre. Will Mueller to hold. Kicks on the way. And it's good. So with 7:20 to go in the first half, our new score. Springdale 7, Parkview 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Plays 87 yards, assisted by a 15-yard penalty, but the Bulldogs punch it in the end zone. Garrett Vaughn goes in from 50 yards, and I want to make a correction. Mr. Barroso with the extra point on that one. So the Bulldogs knotted up at 7:20 to go.
And that scoring drive was brought to you by First Security Bank. All scoring drives brought to you by them this year. We're glad to have them as a partner this year.
So Springdale's getting set to kick off. Silvestre has it teed up. Back deep for Parkview. You've got Allman and Feemster. The up back there is the very dangerous Aaron Outley. Silvestre's kick heading for Feemster. He'll take it at the 7. Feemster with a bit of a seam. He's going to be knocked down at the 37-yard line, so a 30-yard return. And that's where Parkview will set up shop.
Good job there by the Springdale coverage team, kind of be able to slow him down. He had a good seam there, and he could have easily taken that one back to the house.
So the Bulldogs turned Parkview over the last time. Now that defense will seek to make a stop here and get the offense the football again. The offense got unlocked there in the last drive. Garrett Vaughn capping it with a 50-yard touchdown run. Landon Rogers brings the offense out. So 1st and 10, ball at the 37. Now they're going to try the flea flicker. Rogers throws it and just kind of heaves it up in the air, and he took a shot. You know, those are two guys that you don't want drilling you. Christian Wise and Trey Tolbert. They planted Rogers like a common house plant. Ball flutters incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Good coverage there on the back end of that by Gabe. Had the Parkview receiver kind of covered like white on rice.
2nd down 10. 7:07 to go in the half. Springdale, you can feel them getting their legs underneath them a little bit. It was a long bus trip, about a 4-hour trip from Northwest Arkansas down here to War Memorial Stadium. Here's Rogers, straight ahead to Allman, and he is fighting his way across the 45-yard line, and we're going to get a flag.
Good job there by Juwan to be able to bring Allman down.
So we'll wait to see what the call is, and we've got a Bulldog on the ground. The injured Bulldog is Chop Sanders. So while I tend to him, we'll take a timeout with 7 minutes to go in the half. Our score is 7-7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Chops off the field under his own power. It's a good thing to see. The penalty flag was a face mask against the Bulldogs, so they'll tack on 5 to the end of the run. And it'll be 1st and 10. Ball's going to be at the 49.
You can love.
Exactly 7 minutes to go in the half. Here's Rogers. He'll throw. Springdale brings pressure. He steps up, and he's going to take off. He's going to be knocked out of bounds by Stoney White inside the 45-yard line, and that will bring up a 2nd down. Looks like he's going to be bumped out right at the 43, so we'll give him 6 on the carry.
Good job there by Rogers to be able to scramble and pick up a good about 7 yards there.
So 2nd down, ball at the 43, 4 yards to go, the line to make just inside the 40. Here's Allman straight ahead. Now they're going to give it to Rogers, and he has got a man on the outside. They're running that play fake very, very well. That's Elbeke on the outside. Penalty flag down.
Looks as if it's going to go against Parkview number 11 there.
So we'll wait for the call. I'm watching Chops down here on the sidelines. He's walking around. That's a good sign and a big scare. That guy is really important to what the Bulldogs want to do. So it's an illegal block in the back against Parkview. The ball will be marked back to the 43-yard line.
So I think they take it right back where they had it.
Exactly. So it's 2nd down and 4 again. 6:46 to go in the half. 7-7 our score. Now they're going to line up in the I. It's McCauley and Allman. Rogers goes under center. He'll take and give to Allman on the counter. And he's going to wind up inside the 40-yard line, close to the 35, and it's going to wind up being a 1st down. They'll mark him at the 36. 7-yard pickup, and it's a 1st down for the Patriots. Clock running. 6:41 to go in the half. Ramon Esparza is going to check in. Dugan will check out. Chops has his helmet back on. He's heading for Coach Clark. Tell him he's all right. Toss sweep to Allman, trying to get to the outside. Finds a little bit of a seam, and he's going to be knocked down inside the 30. Close to 1st down yardage.
Good job there by Christian Weiss to be able to chase him down. And here comes Chops jogging back on the field.
So the ball's marked at the 28. It's going to bring up 2nd down. It's rushing offense for Parkview. 22 carries, 133 yards. Allman 15 carries for 97. So 1st and 10. They're in the I formation again. Rogers will throw. Swings it out to Allman. High and incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Landon Rogers, the Parkview quarterback, just a sophomore, making his first start. Wouldn't you like to make your first start as a quarterback in this stadium, in this environment? It'd be tough for anybody.
Yeah.
But he's had a nice night. Done some things on the ground. Really struggled through the air. He's 3 of 11. 27 yards and 1 interception. So it is 3rd down, 2 yards to go, I formation. Here's Allman straight ahead. He's going to get 1st down yardage across the 25.
That Parkview offensive line again just kind of leaning on Springdale, just kind of having their way per se with them, forcing them down the field.
Ball is marked at the 24. It's a 4-yard pickup and good enough for the 1st down. Clock moving, 5:40 to go in the half. Springdale will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred. So 1st and 10. This is Allman. Met in the backfield. I believe that was Hunter Cornelison on the tackle.
That was Hunter.
First time we've called his name tonight. Nice play to bring up 2nd and long.
Good job by Hunter to come downfield in an angle and get Allman in the backfield there.
So 2nd down. They're going to call it a 1-yard loss back to the 25. And we've got a Bulldog on the ground. It's Trey Tolburn. That looks like a cramp.
As we said, it is a humid and hot night.
While they tend to him, we'll take a quick break. 5:03 to go in the half. 7-7 our score. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
5:03 to go in the half. 7-7 our score. You've got some updates.
I do. Central leads Heritage 21-8 with 6:14 left in the half. I have Southside over West 20-7 with 6:44 left in that first half. Bentonville leads Conway 7-3.
So it's 2nd down and 11. This is Rogers. He's in trouble in the backfield, and he gets out of it. Heading for the sidelines, and he's met. The Bulldogs wrap him up. It's going to be another tackle for loss.
Stoney White coming up there from his safety position.
You know when Stoney comes running up from the safety position, he comes up with bad intentions. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. The ball will be marched back to the 26, so it'll be 3rd down and 12.
Couple more updates real fast. Fayetteville leads Owasso 10-3 with 8:17 left in their first half. And Robinson leads Rogers 35-0 with 7:53 left in the first half.
That's a surprising score. 3rd down and 12, ball to 26, clock running, 4:20 to go in the half. Trips to the top of the screen. Feemster, the lone receiver, to the bottom. Here's Rogers. He takes it and he throws it, and he just hangs it up there. You'll never guess who knocked the ball loose again. Stoney White. There was some confusion in the Springdale secondary. Stoney, he knocks the ball loose, and it'll bring up 4th down and 12.
Good job there by Stoney just to kind of come across the field and break that pass up. I think he just kind of hit the receiver, and ball just kind of bounces out of his hands at that point.
Springdale struggling with some issues right now in the injury department. Trey Tolbert down here on the sidelines trying to get stretched out. 4th down, 12, ball to 26. Same formation, 3 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom. And we've got flags and a false start. Parkview has really struggled with penalties.
And as you guys can probably hear, that crowd noise, that's coming from all the way across the stadium over there by the Springdale crowd that's made the trip here to War Memorial.
There is one guy sitting on the home side. One guy. I just stuck my head out the window, and there is one dude sitting on the home side. Everybody else is on the far side. So now it is 4th down, and we'll call it 17. The line to make is just inside the 15. Here's Rogers. He's got time. He takes it and he throws it. He's got a man down the middle, and that ball is going to be knocked away.
Good job there by Juwan to be able to make that play.
Juwan running step for step with the Parkview receiver. He knocks the ball away, and Springdale's going to take over with good field position. Ball be on the 31.
Quick shout out real fast to my score updater back home in Springdale, Will Johnson.
Thank you, Will.
I appreciate it, Will. And Will was also one of my groomsmen at my wedding this summer.
Was he now? That's
he
right.
was.
That's right. I forgot about that.
You
Hey,
were
Will.
at the wedding.
Glad you're along with us. Yeah, I was there. Man, I'm getting old. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Through trips to the top of the screen. Garrett is the running back. Grant Allen, the quarterback. Here's Grant on the quarterback run. He's going to get a couple up near the 34-yard line.
Good job there by Springdale to open up just a hole big enough to gain good chunk of yards there.
Just a reminder, Springdale did win the toss. They're going to get the football to start the second half, and I think Coach Clark's – I think he's in a good position here. If he can get something out of this drive, great. If not, you get the football to start the second half. Grant in the shotgun, same formation, and we've got whistles. I don't see a flag down.
Looks to be on the far side. I think they're going to call offsides.
You very, very astute on your part. A 5-yard penalty against Parkview. Their penalties are starting to rack up. That's 6 for 46 yards here in the first half. They've been at some crucial times. So they'll mark the ball to 38. 3:36 to go in the half. 7-7 our score. Springdale with the football. Here's Grant. Looking for Jaden down the middle, and they're going to get interference. They're going to get the call against Scroggins. That's just not a smart play by Scroggins. I mean, the ball was overthrown, and you decide to take a shot at him. Now, is it going to be personal foul? Is it going to be a pass interference? We'll find out. But either way, it's going to be 15 yards. That's good. They're going to call the pass interference. So that's going to put Springdale at the Parkview 47. Gives them an automatic first down.
Another quick shout out to another one of my groomsmen from my wedding, Joey Myers, listening back home.
Anybody else?
Another actual, both of them are Springdale alums, graduated in 14, as well as Austin Jarrett.
Welcome along, guys. Everybody else that's watching along the Bulldog Sports Network. 3:32 to go in the half. Springdale with the football, moving left to right here at War Memorial Stadium. 7-7 our score, clock running. So we go under 3.5 to go. Here comes Garrett on the stretch. Finds a little bit of a seam. He's going to get inside the 45-yard line. Boy, every time he gets into that crowd, you just keep waiting for him to pop out the pop out the backside.
He did that a couple times last week. Had a big one for 63 yards, and already tonight, one for 50.
The ball is going to be marked at the 43-yard line.
The 43-yard line, second down.
Garrett's starting to get it going. 9 carries, 77 yards for the Springdale senior. We're going to go 4 wide here, 250 and moving as we get closer to halftime. Here's Grant. A play fake to Garrett. He takes it and he throws it. He's got Brock Pounders wide open. Brock at the 15-yard line, inside the 10, 5, touchdown, Springdale.
Good job there by the offensive line. Big block there by number 71.
And we've got a flag down. Flag resting at the 40-yard line. So we'll wait for the call. That's 2 big plays that Brock has had where there's been a flag on the play. Everybody's coming back towards the line of scrimmage. They're going to see an ineligible man downfield. So that's going to bring the touchdown back. Parkview catches a break.
Big break there because that would have put Springdale up by 6 as of now with the PAT pending. And there's still 2:34 left in the first half. And Springdale, like we said, gets the ball to start the second half.
So the ball will be marked back at the 48-yard line. 5-yard penalty. Make it 2nd down and 11. Darrell comes to the bottom of the screen. Brock and Jeffrey Mann to the top. Garrett's the running back. That's Jaden Cornelius in motion. Grant with the pump. They're trying to set up the screen. Here's Garrett on the screen. Nice block on the outside, Felipe Aldaco. First down, Bulldogs inside the 35-yard line. Great call there by Coach Clark and Brian Davis. And the Bulldogs move inside and closer to that Storm's orthodontics red zone. Ball be marked out at the 32.
Great blocks there by the offensive line there on that screen pass to be able to get Garrett out to about the 32-yard line, as the PA announcer says there.
16-yard pickup. And the Bulldogs. A little something going here as we get closer to 2 minutes. Here's Garrett. He's going to be met in the backfield. He's going to wind up losing a yard, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Parkview linebacker there just came hot off the edge. Get Garrett in the backfield. Looks as if we have another dog down.
Looks to be Angel Ortega. While they tend to him, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very, very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have
1:44 to go in the half, 7-7 our score.
Couple quick score updates. Southside leads Bentonville West at the half, 23-14, and Fayetteville leads Owasso 17-3.
2nd down and 11. Ball resting at the 33-yard line. Grant's going to throw. Grant now going to take off and run. Grant inside the 30. He's going to scamper out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line, very close to first down yardage. They're going to mark him out at the 22. Looks like, it's right in front of us. What do you think, 6 inches short?
Yeah, just about.
So we'll wait and see.
Might need to measure this one.
Yeah, they're going to call it 3rd down. So 3rd down and 6 inches. 1:36 to go in the half. Springdale on the move. Grant in the pistol. He's got Garrett behind him. Double tight end set. Play clock at 10 seconds. Here comes Grant. Cuts back. He's going to be really close to first down yardage, and we've got a penalty flag. I think we're going to get a face mask against Parkview.
I think
by the reaction of number 2, McCauley, I think it's going to be on him.
I think it's either going to be a face mask or a helmet-to-helmet there.
While we await the call, I can update the battle for Highway 62, Prairie Grove and Farmington. Farmington leads 20-6 at the half.
Northside Greenwood. Northside leads 17-7 at half.
Get out, really? Boy, those Northside Grizzlies are going to be tough.
Little upset brewing there.
I think you're right. It was a helmet-to-helmet hit. That was the signal. It's hard to hear with the band playing.
Yep.
I think you're 100% correct on that.
Looks as if Parkview as well takes a timeout there.
We'll hold it here. You have any more score updates we can pass along?
At the current moment, I believe only other updates I got were Central leading Heritage 29-8. As well, Austin sent me Harding with a win over Henderson State 41-17. So
there you go. So they're marching off the penalty from the 22-yard line. It's been a fun night. I mean, good atmosphere here at Little Rock. You kind of wonder, you're playing in a 50,000 seat stadium, and you just wonder if it's going to, have the atmosphere that you hoped, and it certainly has lived up to that for sure. It's been a lot of fun. Springdale with 1:31 to go here in the half. They are on the march here. Got the ball. They're going to mark the penalty off to the 11-yard line, so it winds up being an 11-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Another score update at the half. Bentonville leads Conway 7-3.
I like that Bentonville team. They took it on the chin against a good Midwest City team. They kind of gave it away there at the end last week, but that's a good football team. That Conway, Coach Fimple, former HAR-BER defensive coordinator, now the head guy there at Conway. He's going to get that thing going. Conway's one of those teams, man. If you get the right group of kids, they're going to be awfully difficult. So the Bulldogs come out of the timeout, 1:31 to go. Ball at the 11. It's Grant Garrett in the backfield. You got Darrell to the bottom of the screen. Brock and Jeffrey to the top. Jaden Cornelius is the tight end.
Springdale inside the Storm Orthodontics red zone off that penalty.
Here comes Brock on the reverse. He's got nothing but green grass in front of him. Brock towards the end zone, makes the tumble, and they're going to mark him out inside the 1 yard line. I almost called for it. So it's going to wind up being a 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the 1.
And as we see here on the Jumbotron replay, let's see how close that actually was.
Yeah, watching it here on the big screen, Brock with the leap. Yeah, he's definitely out. He's definitely out of bounds. He didn't get in.
Yep. Good.
So Springdale's going to go to their heavy set. You got Garrett in the eye. Hunter and Stoney White are the upbacks. Here's Garrett. He'll get into the end zone for the Bulldog touchdown.
Good job there by that offensive line for Springdale just to power their way through, get Garrett the 1 to 2 yards necessary for that touchdown.
Garrett's second touchdown on the night gives the Bulldogs a 13-7 lead with 1:16 to go in the half. Now keep in mind, Springdale's going to get the football to start the second half, so they're in a good spot here if they can keep Parkview off the board in the last 76 seconds. On comes the extra point team. Silvestre trots onto the field. Plenty of time. Play clock just started. Will Mueller the holder. Snapper is Henry Cruz. And we've got whistles. And a timeout. So confusion on the extra point team. We'll take the timeout with them. 1:16 to go in the half. Springdale leads by 6. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talks, and the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
1:16 to go in a half. 13-7 our score. Springdale now on to try the extra point. Silvestre Martinez. Apparently Springdale did not have enough guys on the field. Kicks on the way. And it's good. Our new score, Springdale 14, Parkview 7. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back to Little Rock. 14-7 our score. Springdale's just taken the lead on a Garrett Vaughn 1-yard touchdown run. The Bulldogs have come to life here in the second quarter. Scored 14 points. Kind of wrangle control of this game. You just kind of feel like if they get 2 scores up, I don't know that Parkview is that dynamic in the passing game. I mean, they're sort of methodical on offense. If you can contain that running game, you've got to like Springdale's chances. So Silvestre has it teed up. Back deep, Feemster and Gary Allman. The up back is Scroggins. Silvestre's kick, end over end. It's going to come down to Allman at the 5. This is Allman with a seam, and he has got green grass in front of him. Gary Allman being chased by a couple of Bulldogs, and he is going to get into the end zone with a 95-yard kickoff return.
Good job there by Gary Allman to find that seam through the Springdale coverage unit and just kind of take it to the house for the Parkview
They've been playing
Patriots.
with fire with him on those kick returns. He's had some seams all night, and this one he finally takes all the way back. 95-yard kick return for Gary Allman. Thought a couple of Bulldogs had a shot at him there at the end, but he's able to outrace Jonathan Lopez and Brindle Cook to the end zone and hold the Patriots to within one at 14-13. Now we've got a timeout. It's becoming a theme. 59 seconds to go in the half. 14-13 our score. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Arvest is not your typical bank. See for yourself.
I do most of my banking online.
I really utilize it more for my online bill pay, which is absolutely great.
Do you use the Arvest Go app?
Yes, I do use the app. I love it.
The best part is the quick view. You don't even have to log in. You can just see what your accounts are that day.
But when you log in now, it just shows everything right there.
The fingerprint touch is a game changer.
We use the app, got to transfer money in a pinch. Quick and easy.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Seconds to go in the half. Gary Allman has just pulled Parkview to within one with a 95-yard kickoff return, and then chaos on the on the extra point, which is sort of becoming a theme tonight. So Parkview's going to come out, and looks like Jalen White is out, so it looks like they're going to try the conventional extra point. You never know. And now we've got whistles and flags. So Springdale gets called for a substitution infraction. Too many guys on the field, it looks like. That's their second penalty on the extra point block. As I said before, you and I were watching them during the during warm-ups. Extra points and field goals was a little bit of an adventure. Jalen White is on. Allman is the holder.
I think I saw one in warm-ups bounce off the crossbar.
Snaps down, kicks on the way, and it's good. So our new score with 59 seconds to go in the half, 14-14. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. The Bulldogs, the Patriots tied up at 14, 59 seconds to go in the half. You got a couple of score updates from around the 7A.
Little Rock Central leads Heritage 36-8 at halftime.
Wow.
And Fayetteville leads Owasso 24-10 with 3:08 left in the first half.
So mixed results there for the 7A. Fayetteville looking good against the number one team in 6A in Owasso. But I really thought Rogers was one of those teams that was going to make the jump into the upper echelon this year. And right now they are being handled by Joe T. Robinson, team we saw last week. So Jalen White brings out the kick team for Parkview. And we'll go ahead and say it now. On the helmet-to-helmet shot on the last Springdale offensive drive, we believe, although I cannot confirm, we believe that Thomas McCauley has been ejected from the game. He has not returned since then. He's on the sidelines with his helmet on, so we could be getting incorrect information, but we'll keep an eye on that. You know, I'm telling you, in between the scoring plays and the kickoffs and that sort of thing, boys, there's a lot of time taken. Here's White with a little bit of a pooch kick. He's going to kick it to Darrell at the 22, and he'll fair catch it there. So that's where Springdale will take over.
It actually does look as if number 2 is coming back onto the field.
On the field, okay. The crowd is on the far side, and that's where we're getting our information from. So McCauley does check back in. Springdale will break the huddle. 59 seconds left. They have one timeout. I feel like Springdale had sort of wrestled control of this football game away from Parkview, who dominated the first quarter, and then they give up the 95-yard kick return just before halftime to keep this thing knotted at 14. And now there's some confusion on the Parkview defensive line. Guys coming in, guys coming out. Now it looks like they've got it settled. Here's Grant. He'll take and give to Garrett on the zone. Garrett finds a big hole. Garrett Vaughn down the sidelines across the 50. Garrett Vaughn, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Springdale.
Great job of the offensive line there, but we do have a flag here, so let's
down.
Hold on.
The flag resting at the 23-yard line. Yeah, ref signaling for everybody to come back, so the play is going to be nullified. We'll wait for the call.
Looks as if it's right at the line of scrimmage, so I'm expecting a hold call more than likely.
These referees have taken a long time to get these calls made, if they've made the call at all. I still haven't seen a signal. There we go. So the march off the penalty, Garrett's 78-yard touchdown run is nullified. It'll be first down and 20 with 38 seconds to go in the half.
Ball is spotted on the 13-yard line.
Run it again, right?
Yeah.
Might as well. And we've got a high snap. And Grant's going to fall out and in the end zone for a safety. Just a disaster here in the last 31 seconds for Springdale. The touchdown by Allman, and now the safety gives the Patriots a 2-point lead with 28 seconds to go.
Seems as if that Parkview crowd over there is starting to creep in and make a little bit of noise there that Springdale's not sure what to do with.
So now Springdale's going to have to kick it to Gary Allman again with 28 seconds to go in the half. The Dogs find themselves down 16-14. These last 31 seconds have just not been kind to the guys in the red helmets. Dropping back deep for Parkview, you've got Gary Allman. He'll be to the top of the screen. Feemster to the bottom. The up back is Aaron Outley. He's been really quiet tonight. He was the guy that was sort of built up in their preseason. He was the guy that everybody liked. He has been held very, very quiet, but it's been the Gary Allman show today.
I think if you're Springdale, you just kind of keep it away from Allman here.
Yeah, they've been playing with fire with him. I mean, he's had a couple of seams in the first half, and it just finally broke loose. So Silvestre's got it teed up at the 20. He'll pop it up in the air, and it's going to be caught there at the 41-yard line with 28 seconds to go.
Patriots to take over at the 41-yard line of the Bulldogs.
So great field position for Parkview with 28 seconds to go. I mean, they got a chance here to punch this thing in. They've got one timeout left. Rogers has proven that he's got a strong arm, not accurate but strong. He can certainly throw it 41 yards and get it to the end zone on a Hail Mary heave, and he's proven that he can run. So Parkview comes out. Rogers the quarterback. Chop shows blitz, and Springdale jumps off sides.
Good job there by Rogers to draw the Bulldogs off sides there.
Free 5 yards for the Parkview Patriots. Ball will be put at the 36. It'll be first down and 5. Again, 28 seconds to go. Rogers is going to throw. Takes it. Has nearly intercepted. Boy, that was close to being just a dangerous throw. Christian Wise knocks it away. That'll bring up second down and 5.
Job there by the Bulldogs. Just kind of bat the ball away there. Had the almost sure interception. Just kind of hit the defender's hands and just fell.
23 seconds to go. Second down 5. Ball at the 36.
Sometimes that's why they say they play corner instead of wide receiver.
That's a very good point. So Rogers going to throw. Springdale with the blitz, and they've got him in the backfield, and he's going to go down. Christian Wise is there.
Good job by Wise, by Nathan Burkett there on the bottom.
Landon Rogers is the ball carrier for the Patriots. He's brought down at the 41-yard line.
So it's a 5-yard loss back to the original line of scrimmage. And with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, they take it and they spike it, but that's going to be the end of the first half. Not good clock management by the Parkview Patriots. The clock shows 0-0. Springdale heads to the locker room, and that is going to be the end of the first half. Our score after 2 quarters, Parkview 16, Springdale 14. The halftime show is coming up. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
I think Springdale Schools is a great place to teach. They have cared about my salary. They have cared about my time.
Administration is awesome. They want to be there for the kids. I mean, they are #1 priority.
The staff, teachers, everyone's very, very nice, very polite, and very welcoming. It really feels like a family.
It's always good when you have a diverse population like Springdale for kids in the classroom to see people that look like them. So it gives them a role model.
I always say if I had somebody like me in kindergarten that could speak both of the languages, that would be tons of help.
We go out of our way to provide everything that we can so that their children can get a wonderful education, because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Northwest Arkansas, it's growing. That's one of the great things.
I am originally from San Antonio, and I cannot tell you, this is a wonderful place to raise your children.
It's just a great place to live, to work, and just to have fun.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together, catering to the big moments, the little wins, the long talk.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
HAR-BER is not your typical bank. See for yourself.
I do most of my banking online.
I really utilize it more for my online bill pay, which is absolutely great.
Do you use the HAR-BER Go app?
Yes, I do use the app. I love it.
The best part is the quick view. You don't even have to log in. You can just see what your accounts are that day.
But when you log in now, it just shows everything right there.
The fingerprint touch is a game changer.
We use the app, got to transfer money in a pinch. Quick and easy.
HAR-BER Bank. Our customers say it best.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
It's the taste of fresh picked strawberries.
Or a burger cooked to perfection right off the grill.
It's a friendly smile and a well-timed wave.
It's knowing your neighbors.
And your neighbor's neighbors.
It's knowing there's nowhere else you'd rather be. Because being here is pretty great.
Quality you can trust from the people you know best.
HAR-BER, hometown fresh.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale. When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security. When homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
Athletics in Springdale has been producing winners since 1910. Our coaches do a tremendous job connecting our students to our schools. We are one community.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
Arvest is not your typical bank. See for yourself.
I do most of my banking online.
I really utilize it more for my online bill pay, which is absolutely great.
Do you use the HAR-BER Go app?
Yes, I do use the app. I love it.
The best part is the quick view. You don't even have to log in. You can just see what your accounts are that day.
But when you log in now, it just shows everything right there.
The fingerprint touch is a game changer.
We use the app, got to transfer money in a pinch. Quick and easy.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security. When homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security. When homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security. From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security.
It's the taste of fresh picked.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise. To always keep it real. To always keep it Tyson.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments. The little wins. The long talks. And the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Served with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
I need new tires. What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town. To connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
It's the taste of fresh picked strawberries.
Or a burger cooked to perfection right off the grill.
It's a friendly smile and a well-timed wave.
It's knowing your neighbors.
And your neighbor's neighbors.
It's knowing there's nowhere else you'd rather be. Because being here is pretty great.
Quality you can trust from the people you know best.
HAR-BER, hometown fresh.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale. When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hard-working people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security. When homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security.
I need new tires. What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium. 5 minutes to go here in the half. Springdale finds themselves down again, 16-14 to the Parkview Patriots. Kind of a disaster there in the last 59 seconds. A 95-yard kickoff return by Gary Allman, and then a safety after a 78-yard touchdown run by Garrett Vaughn had been wiped out. So the Bulldogs are going to have to regroup and get themselves back together. They will get the football to start the second half. The halftime show brought to you by Ozarks Go. Got some halftime stats for you. The Springdale offense got it in gear in the second quarter, 103 rushing yards total, most of that coming on Garrett Vaughn's 50-yard touchdown run. That drive was, got Springdale back in the game. Tough night for Grant Allen to this point, too, 6 for 20 yards. He did have a nice touchdown play wiped out by a penalty. Springdale's lost 2 touchdowns to penalties, so they've got to get that corrected. Give Parkview credit, 130 yards on the ground, just 27 through the air. I mean, I think we both agree that Landon Rogers running the offense nicely, but he is really not a threat in the passing game. He's got a big arm. He just hasn't been terribly accurate. There has been the one turnover, Springdale with the interception. Ricky Monafor, the first of his career. The Bulldogs outgained in the first half, 157-123. Penalties have been an issue for both teams, 8 on each side. Parkview's been penalized the most. They've got a helmet-to-helmet hit and a pass interference, which has cost them 30 yards. 8 for 72 for Parkview, 8 for 46 for Springdale. It's been kind of a slugfest. I think we kind of expected that. It's a lot like the game last week where Springdale is just sort of, they haven't gotten it going yet. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like they're going to get the ball to start the first half. I feel like this is a very important drive for them. You've got to get points out of this drive because you don't want to go down 2 scores.
Absolutely. That's how last week against Joe T, we were down 1 point to them, 20-21, going into the third quarter, and Springdale to start the game, or not to start the game, start the second half, came out strong, scored 2 quick touchdowns, 3 and out on Robinson's first possession last week. Let's see if Springdale can duplicate that again this week. Like we said, they start the ball just like they did last week, see if they can punch it in the end zone early and then defensively take over. Parkview's offensive line tonight has just kind of been wearing down the Springdale D and just kind of running right down the middle. Like we said, Rogers' arm, it's strong, but not very accurate, and that, led to the interception there in the first quarter.
Our halftime stats brought to you by Legacy National Bank. A couple of individual numbers. Garrett Vaughn, 12 carries, 78 yards. Grant's got 4 for 15. On the receiving end, it really hasn't been much to speak of. Garrett's got the one 16-yard reception on a second and long, and then Brock has a 4-yard reception. Grant Two out of 6, 20 yards. They really haven't tried to go to the air all that much. We had talked about on the way down, on the drive down here, that special teams were going to be a big part of it, and Springdale was going to have to win that. To this point, I think it's fair to say that Parkview has sort of dominated in the special teams category.
Absolutely. I think the biggest play special team-wise has been that 95-yard touchdown return by Gary Allman that they had late in the second quarter, right before half, that led to the kind of downfall that Springdale had with the last minute or so before halftime.
It's going to be interesting to see how Springdale comes out. They've obviously proven that they can come out and play well in the second half. Did it to Joe T. Robinson, wore them down, and I think Springdale's hoping that that's sort of the way this football game goes. They started to find some seams there in the second half, in the second quarter. Garrett with a 50-yard touchdown run, then had the 78-yarder wiped out by a holding penalty, which ultimately led to the safety. Those are the mistakes we didn't see last week. It's surprising to see them pop up in week 2. But, Parkview's going through the same thing. This is their first game. They're starting to get, they picked up a lot of false starts, a lot of offsides penalties, just things that, in week 7 you don't expect to see. But we're ready for kickoff here shortly. We're under a minute left in halftime, and then teams will get about a 3-minute stretching period. I do want to remind you that next week we'll be back home against Alma. The kickoff 7 o'clock from Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. It'll be fun to be back home, and the Bulldogs will get a week off after that, then start their conference season. Any score updates? I can update the battle for Highway 62 out in Prairie Grove. Farmington and Prairie Grove getting it on out there, 20-6. They're in the third quarter, about 9 minutes to go in that one. That's always a fun game to go to if you've never been to. At the end of the game, they chant "It's Our Highway." It's a great atmosphere out there at Prairie Grove. But you've got some scores from around the 7A.
Right now, around the 7A, I have Southside over Bentonville West, 30-21, with 8:40 left in the third quarter. Bentonville over Conway, 14-3, with 11:37 left in that third quarter. Fayetteville over Owasso at half was 31-10. Central over Heritage, 36-8. Last update I have on Robinson and Rogers was 35-0 at the half. I believe the sportsman rule will go into effect there in that game, as well as the upset we were kind of looking into. Northside leads Greenwood by 4, 17-13, with 4:27 left in that.
Yeah, Northside unloaded on Rogers Heritage last week. Greenwood was off. That's an interesting game to see the Fort Smith area schools getting together. Greenwood's an outstanding football team. Northside is proving to be a little bit more feisty than I thought they might be. They're very young. They've got a great quarterback, electric guy, Deuce Wise, but man, they're getting it done, and you're doing it against Rick Jones and a very good Greenwood team who's ranked number 2 in Class 6A. They'll certainly be a player as the season goes on. But we're getting ready for second half. Let's talk a little bit about the second half here. My opinion, first things first. The biggest moment of the second half is going to be this drive. They've got to get points out of this drive.
Absolutely. Springdale right now, they just kind of have to start the second half all over, as if it's a brand new game. You come into it down 2. You have to look at this like it's 0-0 and play this last half of this game as if it's everything.
This is going to be interesting. Again, Parkview's thin as far as number of guys that they play. They probably only go about 17, 18 deep. Springdale, of course, with full 2 deep. And you start to think, you started to see, especially on that touchdown run, you saw guys, instead of moving their feet to get into position to make the tackle, they're out reaching. You kind of hope that Springdale's going to be able to wear them down, and those 2- and 3-yard runs are going to turn into 5- and 10-yard runs, and the 10-yard runs are going to turn into 20- and 30-yard runs. That's kind of what has been Springdale's MO to this point. Hopefully they'll be able to get it going here. There's a guy right there on your picture, number 16. He's got to get it going here for the Bulldogs. Had a nice run on a quarterback draw, just really hasn't gotten much going. You watch the quarterbacks warm up there. You just got to get it going offensively. They really haven't had the ball that much. Parkview's run 40 plays in the first half. Springdale just 23. So to be in the position they're in, they should feel pretty good about the position they're in. Now they can go to work here in the second half and see what they can come up with. We're about ready for kickoff. About 45 seconds. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
If you absolutely, positively want the best heating and air company in Northwest Arkansas, then you need to call Absolute Heat and Air with over 73 years of combined experience. Their technicians are fully licensed and insured, background checked, and drug tested, so you can absolutely trust Absolute Heat and Air. They offer $49 service calls all year long, 24/7, 365. The absolute best value around. Call Absolute Heat and Air or visit us online.
So we're about ready to start the second half. Springdale's going to get the football to start. As we said, this is a big deal here. This first drive of the second half, Springdale's got to get something out of this. You definitely don't want to go down 2 scores to a team that, quite honestly, is playing a little above their weight right now. They're ranked 14th in Class 5A. They feel really good about themselves, and I think offensively, I think you stick with what you've been doing. You've been successful doing that. Defensively, boy, you got a key on number 3. He's been everything for Parkview. He is a heck of a football player. He's got a long kick. He's got 100 yards rushing, a long kick return. I'm sure that we'll see him in the passing game a little bit here in the second half. If I'm Springdale, I'm going to dare Parkview to pass. I just don't think they can consistently enough to beat you if you can get your offense going. So Jalen White's got it teed up. Looks like he's going to angle for one of those pooch kicks. A guy that he is aiming at over there. Looks like Gabe Bukow on the far side. So here's the kick, and it is indeed a pooch kick. Darrell's going to catch it and roll out of bounds just shy of the 35-yard line, and that's where Springdale will take over. So the Dogs will start with good field position. Grant Allen will bring the offense out. They'll mark the ball out at the 33.
Like we said, Springdale, this drive needs to get it into the end zone to kind of get life back into their legs offensively.
So let's set the offense again for you. Alvarez, Enrique, Sisumfu, Eldaco, and Ortega up front. The tight ends, Jaden Cornelius. The wide receivers, Pounders, Parchman, Mann. The running back, Garrett Vaughn. And the quarterback is Grant Allen. First play of the second half. 16-14 our score. Here's Grant on the zone. He's going to fight his way up to the 35-yard line. They'll give him 2 yards on first down, and that's how we start the second half. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. He's Carlos Trevino. I'm Zach Arns. Live from War Memorial in Little Rock, Arkansas. Also, I want to say hello to all the folks listening on 95.3 and 1290 back home in Northwest Arkansas. Glad you're with us. Dogs moving left to right. The wind has really died down a little bit. I'm watching the flags on the goalposts. There's not much of a wind to speak of. It was 7 miles an hour when it started. It's cooled off a bunch. So Grant on the roll. Gets around the corner. He takes him. He throws. He finds Brock. Nice play by Brock Pounders. It's going to be enough for the first down, and the Dogs move the ball out to the 46.
Great tiptoe catch there by Brock right there on the sideline. Good job by Grant to just kind of roll out and find Brock open on the sideline right there.
11-yard pickup and a first down. The Dogs' initial first down of the second half. 4 wide receivers. Now Darrell's going to come back into the formation, and now we've got Garrett and Darrell in the backfield. Here comes Garrett. That's one guy miss. He's going to get a couple. He's going to get up near the 50-yard line. We'll say the 49. That's where they'll spot him down. It'll bring up second down.
Good job there by Garrett. Keep his feet moving. Offensive line kind of got behind him, kept pushing forward.
Apparently the rules here in Central Arkansas are different. The band's not supposed to be playing when the opponents have the football, but I guess that's a thing down here. Bring up second and 7. Clock running, 10:45 to go. In the third quarter, Dogs' first possession of the second half. 3-man front for Parkview. They've gone most of the way with that 3-man front. Here comes Garrett. He's not going to get much. Ball's going to be placed maybe back at the 49-yard line. It will bring up third down and 7.
Good job there by the Parkview linebackers. Come up and just kind of meet Garrett there at the line of scrimmage. Hold him to a no gain there.
Pocono on the stop there for Parkview. Third down, 7 yards to go. Darrell and Brock go to the top of the screen. Man to the bottom. Jaden's the tight end. Garrett the running back. That's Jaden in motion. Grant with time. He's got Jaden right down the middle. First down, Springdale.
Good job there by the offensive line for Springdale. Gave Grant enough time to sit there, find Jaden across the middle, and pick up a big first down.
It's one of the few times that Parkview has not come with the blitz. Finds Jaden wide open across the middle for the first down. Springdale's got a little something going inside the 35-yard line. Grant in the shotgun. change the play and the formation. Garrett's behind him in the pistol. Grant's going to throw. Looking for Jaden down the middle. He's got the catch, and we've got a flag. Flag in the backfield, back where Grant was. We'll wait and see what that was. And they're going to say holding on Springdale.
The Springdale pass is complete to number 8, Jaden Cornelius, but there's a flag on the play.
So the long gainer is nullified by a holding penalty. This one's going to be a killer. This is going to be marked off from the 41-yard line.
The ref here on the closest side kind of had the chains moving, didn't pay attention that there was a flag there. Now the chains have to kind of reset here. So in quick line update, number 50, Rafi Gonzalez, is now in at center. Fu has moved out to the right tackle in replace of Angel.
Yeah, Angel went down in the first half. So now we've got a first down. The ball's back to the 49 of Springdale. It's going to bring up a 1st and 27. And we're having trouble down here, as you mentioned. The chain gang moved the chains, and now they don't know where they were originally set.
On the scoreboard over here, it shows that the
ball is
at the 34.
So now we believe we've got it set. You can tell Coach Clark's getting frustrated. This refereeing crew has, I'll just say they've been deliberate in a lot of their calls. Now we've got a huddle down here on the 35-yard line.
I think Coach Clark's trying to point out that they moved them back 15 instead of just 10. So because the flag looked to be around the 35-yard line there, and they have them all the way back to the 50-yard line.
And the Zebras just wandering around. I mean, they're just, I don't know. He's pointing, and are we ready to go? Coach Clark's pointing. Yeah, it looks like they're going to move it up to the 40. All right, the 47 of Springdale. Or check that, 47 of Parkview. So looks like they got that right. And it will bring up a 1st and 23. Ball will be at the 47. Grant in the shotgun. Here we go again. That's Jaden in motion. And they show blitz. Grant has got the screen set up. Here's Garrett. Makes one guy miss. Garrett inside the 40, inside the 35. Garrett Vaughn's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So a nice play there from Garrett. Gets a bulk of the yardage back.
Good job there by Springdale just to kind of bait the Patriots in heavily. As you could see, they kind of blitzed about 2 linebackers there out of the 4 that they had and just kind of got them sleeping on the
and now we've got a delay again with the referees. Ball is marked at the 30. I don't see a flag down. Apparently a sideline warning.
Let's go against Parkview there.
All right, 9:21 to go in the quarter. Springdale's got the football. 2nd down, 7. Ball on the 30. This drive, 6 plays, 37 yards. Springdale seeking to take the lead. It's Jaden in motion. Grant's in trouble, and he's going to go down back at the 40-yard line.
Job there by Parkview just to kind of shoot through that offensive line for Springdale and get Grant in the backfield for about a 10-yard loss there.
First time Grant's been sacked this season. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 17. The line to make is the 24, so we'll call it 16. And now we've got more referee action.
I think we had an injured Patriot up at the top.
All right, so now 3rd down 17. Ball on the 40-yard line. Again, the line to make is the 24. Grant's in the shotgun. Good protection. Grant on the move. Throws, looking for Brock on the sidelines. It's going to fall incomplete. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's going to bring up 4th down and about 4 right there. They said that was a catch there on the far side. So good job there by Brock to be able to reel that in for a catch.
Wow. Okay, I thought he was out of bounds, but all right. We'll take that.
Oh, on the replay, he got both
yes,
feet in
he
bounds.
Did. Nice
that would have been a catch in the
Brock.
NFL. So the Bulldogs are going for it here.
Ball's resting at the 27-yard line, a 13-yard pickup. Grant hands to Garrett. Garrett across the 24-yard line, and he fumbled the football. The last couple of minutes have not been great for Springdale. So Garrett stripped at the 22. The ball's recovered and returned up to the 27. Springdale turns it over. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Patriots with a 2-point lead, 7:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now we're going to see a change at quarterback. Gary Allman is in. This was their Wildcat set in the first half. Here's Allman. And he fumbles the football, and he's going to jump on it back at the 22.
Trey Tolbert there to make sure that Allman perfectly fell on that ball. If not, that would have been Springdale ball.
So it'll be 2nd down. Ball will go back to the 22-yard line. Looks like Landon Rogers is checking back into the Parkview huddle. Clock running, 7:10 to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd down, 13, ball at the 23. And we've got a false start called against Parkview.
You know, Zach, as we were talking earlier, the band's not really supposed to play ball.
I didn't think. I thought that was a rule.
They're kind of doing it with their own team that has the ball right now. So, I mean, if you're going to do it one way, might as well do it both, right?
Yeah, at least they're being judicious about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2nd down, and we'll call it 18. Ball sitting at the 18-yard line. The line to make is about the 36.5. Landon Rogers, the quarterback. Gary Allman is the running back. This is Allman. Stumbles, and he's going to wind up getting maybe 2 out of it, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. I think if you're Brad Bolding here, I don't know that you want your young quarterback. You know, this is a one read. If it's not there, you take off and run. Ricky Monafor is going to check in for Springdale. Ramona Esparza will check out. Clock running, 6.5 to go. Dogs down by 2. Had a good drive there on their opening drive. Turned it over on a 4th down play. Here's Rogers to throw. Finds El Becque. Springdale's there. We've got a flag down. And I think they're going to get Parkview for holding. You know, if you're a bit of a riverboat gambler and you don't trust their punting game, maybe you back them up. I mean, I'm sure that conventional wisdom would say they're signaling to decline the penalty, but you know, if you were confident in your defense, you know, maybe you back them up an extra 10 because they really don't have much of a downfield passing game.
They really don't. Even though Rogers' arms, you know, one of the strongest I think I've seen, you know, in the few games I've been to this year, the accuracy is just not really there, and Springdale electing to take the ball wherever it may land. And I say that because, as we've seen, the special teams really hasn't been there for Parkview on the punt-wise at least.
So 4th down, 16 yards to go. Ball at the 20-yard line. Back deep for the Bulldogs, Juwan and Brock. Allman is the punter. Snap's good. Allman's kick on the way. Kind of a tail dragger is going to bounce at the 44-yard line and go out of bounds. So Springdale's going to get the football. Turnover doesn't come back to bite him at all.
Let's see what the Springdale offense can do here after that turnover there as they were heading into the red zone.
It's just been a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes we didn't see last week. They've made a bunch of them this week, but they're still in the ball game. 6:03 to go in the third quarter. They're hanging in. Just got to get. You felt like when they got that 14-7 lead, you felt like they sort of wrestled control away from Parkview. But Parkview, give them credit, they came back and scored 9 points in the last 59 seconds and have the lead at 16-14. Here's Garrett. Get up near the 45-yard line. Good play on first down.
I think he's going to be marked just shy of the 50-yard line there.
Be a 5-yard pickup. Second down, 5 upcoming. Garrett now on the night, 17 carries, 88 yards. He does have 2 touchdowns.
Springdale looks to be going into hurry-up mode here.
Here's Garrett again. Trying to find a seam, makes one guy miss. He's going to get across the 50-yard line, maybe 2 out of the play. And it'll bring up third down.
Vaughn fighting for important yards there. Springdale is now brought to a third down and very manageable here with about a 3rd and 4, I'd say.
The line to make is the 46-yard line. Clock running, 5 minutes to go, third quarter. Grant in the shotgun. Grant gives to Garrett. He's got a seam. Garrett, he's going to be knocked down short of the first down. Good play there by Thomas McCauley. It's going to bring up fourth down. I think he's going to come up, we'll call it a half a yard, maybe a yard short.
If you're Zach Clark here, I think you just kind of go for it and hope you can get that half yard there to keep your offense on the field. They've shown that they've got some life underneath them.
So it's 4th down and 1. The line to make is inside the 46-yard line, 5 wide. Grant Allen, the quarterback. Grant takes it on the quarterback draw, and he is going to pick up the first down easily, and it will be a first down Springdale. I'll tell you what, the snaps are becoming an issue. Rafi Gonzalez, as you mentioned, now the center for Springdale.
So we got another dog down. It looks to be Grant. It's kind of stretching out his.
Yeah, it looks like a cramp. So Springdale gets the first down. Grant's up on his feet. That definitely looks. I mean, the minute you grab for the toes and start stretching your calf, that's a cramp issue. Clock is stopped right now with 4:12 to go in the third quarter. 16-14 our score.
Quick score updates around the 7A. I have Southside leading Bentonville West 37-28 at the end of 3. Robinson beats Rogers 35-14. Fayetteville leads Owasso 38-17 with 8:11 left in the third quarter in that game. As well as that upset that we're kind of watching, Northside leads Greenwood 24-16, 10:34 left in the third quarter.
Will Mueller checks in at the quarterback spot for Grant. He'll take and give to Garrett, and he's met in the backfield. Grant's going to wind up losing, or check that, Garrett's going to wind up losing 4. Back to the 48-yard line.
The Springdale ball carriers walk down the line of scrimmage by Parkview's number 54, Bulldog. That brings up second down at Parkview, 48-yard line.
Clock running, 3:40 to go, third quarter. Ball's been backed up to the 48-yard line. Will in the shotgun. He's got Garrett alongside. And to Jaden in motion. Will's going to throw. That one's high and over the head of Jeffrey Mann, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Grant trots back out on the field for the Bulldogs here.
3:23 to go in the quarter. Bulldogs facing a third down and 14. You've got to give credit to this Parkview defense. They came in and have played as advertised, fast. They have done a nice job on this Springdale offense. Bulldogs with just 184 yards of total offense through 2.5 quarters. Here's Grant. He'll take it and he'll throw it. He's got Jeffrey Mann very close to first down yardage. Going to depend on where they spot it. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 34. He's going to wind up just short. It's Jeffrey's first catch of the year.
Good job there by Grant. Be able to find Jeffrey coming in on that post pattern there. Springdale bringing in the heavies.
And here we go. It's going to bring up 4th down. Call it a half a yard. Parkview responds with their own heavies. Grant's going to go under center. And he drew him off sides, but I think Stoney White may have jumped as well. Yeah, they're going to get Springdale for the motion. So the ball will go back to the 40-yard line. It'll wind up being a 4th down, and we'll call it 5.5.
Bring out the regular offense here. The heavies check out. And you can see here, Parkview's defense is still fired up right now as they have a 2-point lead over the Bulldogs.
So 4th down. Again, the line to make just inside the 34-yard line. Grant Allen in the shotgun. Takes the snap and he'll throw. Under pressure, gets away from one. Finds Jaden at the 34. Jaden Cornelius down the sidelines. Inside the 10-yard line, first down Springdale.
Good job.
No flags.
Good job there by Grant to find Jaden, just kind of sitting over here on the sideline. Picks up a big first down for Springdale. Gets him inside the Storm Orthodontics red zone for the first time here in the second half.
Be 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line. Springdale's had so many big plays called back tonight. You know, you immediately look to the backfield just to make sure there's no flag down. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs, ball at the 9-yard line. Grant's the quarterback. Chops is checked in as a tight end. Now they're going to move he and Jaden to the other side. Play clock's winding down. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Grant takes, and we've got flags. And they're going to get a false start against Springdale. Jawan's going to come in at the wide receiver spot. It's now 10 penalties against the Bulldogs for 56 yards. Parkview's picked up 10 penalties for 82 yards, so it's been kind of one of those nights.
Kind of dead even there on the penalties.
So it'll be 1st and goal. Ball's going to go back to the 14-yard line. I know you don't want to think about field goal at this point, but the 3 points are there. Grant in the shotgun. 3-man rush. He's got time. He's got a man wide open. Jaden Cornelius, touch! Down, Springdale.
Good job there by Jaden.
No flags.
Just to kind of find his way to beat the Parkview defender. Just kind of left him alone there in the end zone. Safety didn't come over for any help. Grant finds him wide open down here at the bottom of the S.
All Jaden does is catch touchdowns. He's 2nd on the year, and the Bulldogs regain the lead at 20-16. So now let's see if we can get through the extra point without a penalty or a timeout. Snaps down. Silvestre's kick is on the way and good. So with 2:19 to go in the 3rd quarter, our new score, Springdale 21, Parkview 16. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
I need new tires. What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
Go in the 3rd quarter, the Springdale scoring drive. 9 plays, 56 yards. Grant to Jaden Cornelius from 14 yards, and the Bulldogs regain the lead 21-16. You got a couple of score updates you can throw along?
I do. Heritage and Little Rock Central. Central leads 36-15 as well as Conway-Bentonville. Bentonville leading 21-10.
Wow. So Silvestre's got it teed up. Back deep. Feemster and that guy who we shall not name. That's Gary Allman. He's got a 95-yard kickoff return tonight, plus 100 yards rushing. He's been pretty much everything for Parkview to this point. Silvestre approaches the football, and we're going to get a pooch kick here. This one's going to hit the ground at the 20. Dangerous play. This is Feemster. And he's going to be met at the 20-yard line. Who made that tackle? Is that Brindle? Yes, it was. No, Ricky Monafor.
That was Ricky.
Look at Ricky tonight having a great night. It's a great play there by the Springdale junior. Hold the speedster Feemster to a 2-yard return. Now, if you're the Springdale defense, if you can get a stop and get the ball back to your offense, who has moved the football here in the second half, I think Springdale's going to like their chances here.
Absolutely, and backed up inside your own 20. Not normally where you want to start, especially off a kickoff. But Ricky able to lay the wood there and keep Parkview inside their own 20 at the 19.
So Parkview's going to come out in the I formation. McCauley and Allman are the running backs. It's Landon Rogers under center. They're going to try the toss sweep to Allman. He's met there. Hunter Cornelison, who else? Stops up for a 2-yard gain. Hunter's fired up.
Hunter and Stoney both there on that tackle.
Boy, we're calling Stoney's name a lot. This is a game for Stoney. He likes to come downhill and thump you a little bit. This is his style of game. He's been all over the place tonight. Stoney has played very, very well. A nice pass breakup in the first half. Laid a couple of big hits. Parkview looking at a 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 22-yard line. Clock running, 1:39 to go in the quarter. Springdale shows blitz. This is Rogers. He's in trouble being chased by a bunch of Bulldogs. Pass is complete, and there's Christian Wise to clean it up.
Christian right there. As soon as he caught the ball, just to take him down for what looks to actually be a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, they're going to mark him back at, called it 21, so we'll give him a 1-yard loss. But I'll tell you what, Christian played really well last week. That's a young man that last year at times struggled, but he is really, really coming on.
Quick score update as we were talking about the upset brewing in the River Valley. Northside leads Greenwood 31-16 with 3:06 left.
3rd down for the Patriots. Springdale shows blitz. This is Rogers in trouble, and Springdale's got him bottled up at the 23-yard line. He'll go down, and we'll see what Brad Bowling wants to do.
Gain of about 1 or 2 there for Rogers.
Jace was in there. The pressure was applied by Christian Wise from the outside. Ball's going to be marked at the 23, so a 2-yard pickup, a 3-and-out for Springdale.
All 3-and-outs brought to you by Tim Pruitt State Farm Insurance. It looks as if Parkview's just kind of talk over what they're going to do, maybe take it into the fourth.
They're going to go into the fourth quarter. Well, here they come. Clock's running with 15 seconds. They ran over with 20 seconds, and now they're going to come back out. So there's no win to speak of, so no advantage gained. Allman is the punter, back deep for the Bulldogs, Juwan and Brock. And I think they're going to let the clock run out. So the third quarter has come to a close. The referees don't realize it. The clock is showing 0-0.
I think another about 5 seconds.
It took 5 seconds for him to realize the quarter ended. All right, so after 3 quarters, our score, Springdale 21, Parkview 16. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Zaxby's food has always brought people together. Catering to the big moments. The little wins. The long talks. And the quick getaways. Because food this inviting is bound to add a lot of flavor to your life.
Introducing the Zax Pack. Serve with chicken fingers, sides, Texas toast, and iced tea. Pick one up for dinner or your next event. Friends, family, flavor. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
As we start the fourth quarter, the Bulldogs lead by 5, 21-16. 4th down, 6 yards to go for Parkview. Juwan and Brock are back in dual safety positions.
And as you can see, as the Bulldogs head to the line,
I'll tell you,
they're fired up right here at the start of the fourth.
With Gary Allman back there as your punter, I'd almost go into punt safe here. And, if they and just let it go. But you want to make sure that they kick the football. Allman is extremely dangerous. So 4th down and 6. Allman the punter. High snap. He catches it at the 5. Springdale not really applying any pressure, and he takes off and runs. Gary Allman racing for the sidelines. And, boy, it's going to be awfully close. He's going to be knocked out at the 27-yard line.
I don't think he got it there.
I don't think he got there either.
I think the line to get was a 30.
Yeah. They're going to mark him out at the 27, and they're going to turn over the football. Boy, for a second there, my heart jumped in my throat.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been everything for Parkview. Great play there on the outside by the Springdale contained team. And the Bulldogs are going to get the football here in great field position. They're going to get it at the 27. This is one of those situations here where if you put this thing in and get 2 scores or 12 points, you got to feel really good about where you are heading into the final few minutes of the ball game.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Grant's the quarterback. Garrett alongside in the running back spot. Here's Grant. Grant under pressure, gets away from one. Now he's got a little bit of room. Throws. Oh, man. Overshot Jeffrey Mann. And on the back end of that, Camryn Harris couldn't catch it. He had a sure interception. And I think everybody wearing red just took a deep sigh and said, whew.
I think on both sides of the ball on that one, because that would have been inside about the 5-yard line there for Springdale had Jeffrey been able to hang on to that.
So it's going to bring up 2nd down. .11:39 to go in the ball game. Bulldogs by 5. Grant has got the screen set up. Here's Jeffrey Mann's got a seam. Jeffrey Mann inside the 20, inside the 15, flag down. And Jeffrey Mann's going to go into the end zone, but this is coming back. And they're going to call it a fumble.
We have touchdown call here.
Yeah, now they're going to discuss. I thought he was across the line.
I think he crossed the line before he fumbled it, so.
So do I, but I don't trust this officiating crew.
You know, on the replay there, it looks as if he was across.
And you can see Coach Clark saying it's a touchdown. We just watched the replay on the video board, and it sure looked like a touchdown. So let's see how they sort this out.
As we wait for the official call, Southside leads Bentonville West 37-31 with 3:50 left in the game.
I mean, the only reason you would be talking about this is if you ruled it a fumble, it's a touchback for Parkview.
I mean, the first signal down here was a touchdown, that everyone saw.
And then you've got the flag back here that you're going to have. It's an illegal block in the back or a hold on the flag. If he's in the end zone, I mean, it's a spot foul. It should be pretty simple. The only thing it could be is if they're going to call this a touchback.
I think that's what they're going to do is call that a touchback.
Now he's going to come down here and talk to Coach Clark and give Coach Clark an explanation. We should get a pretty good idea. Okay, Coach Clark likes the call, so looks like Springdale's going to catch a break here, and we'll wait. Now he's going to go over and talk to Brad Bolding and give him an explanation. He probably will not like the call. Nope, he did not like the call, so this one's probably going to be Jeffrey Mann scored, but you're going to get the penalty from the spot of the foul.
In Springdale, I think regardless of whatever the call may be, you're going to get – no, they're going to give Parkview the ball.
Wow. How did that happen?
They just, and what we're assuming, told Coach Clark that he had crossed the goal line and that they were going to take the penalty, but after talking with the Parkview coach, now it's changed differently.
Wow.
The ref saying that he didn't call the touchdown, and what I'm assuming here and looking from the booth,
that's unbelievable. So Parkview is going to catch a break. 11:08 to go. and they didn't even address the penalty.
we still have no idea what exactly has happened. At that point, then, if there's an inadvertent whistle, the ball's dead at the goal line. Therefore, it should be Springdale ball with the block in the back foul.
And it hasn't been a good night for this officiating crew. They've kind of been all over the map. Irregardless, it's first down for Parkview, ball at the 20. Landon Rogers under center is going to take. And he's going to give to Allman on a little bit of a sprint draw. And he's popped by Stoney White. And they're going to give him first down up to the 30-yard line.
Stoney White came with a vengeance there.
Allman on the night, 21 carries, 111 yards.
Ball carrier is Allman. He brings ball to the 30-yard line. That's good for Parkview Patriots. First down.
Second Springdale turnover on the night. Here's Parkview the ball. Clock running, 10:50 to go. Rogers under center. He's going to take and give to Allman again. This time Springdale's ready for him. He's going to squeeze a couple yards out of it. He's going to wind up getting almost 5, maybe 6 out of that.
Gary with the carry. Allman with the ball carrier at the 36-yard line.
As we said, Parkview just kind of leaning on this run, as they haven't really had a passing game at all so far.
None to speak of. Just 26 yards passing for the Patriots tonight. They have run the football for 151 yards. Gary Allman with most of that. So second down, 4 yards to go. Ball at the 36. I formation. Allman takes, and he's going to get up near first down yardage. He's going to mark him down at the 39-yard line.
Good job there by Jace to be the first one there to hit. Kind of tripped him up right at the line of scrimmage.
Bruno Martinez checks in for Springdale. It's going to be third down, 1 yard to go. Back in the I formation goes Parkview. Here's Landon Rogers, and he's going to get the first down yardage across the 40.
Parkview just kind of going up and pushing their quarterback across.
So it'll be first down for the Patriots. 9:34 to go. 21-16 our score. Glad you're with us here on the Bulldog Sports Network. Carlos Trevino over there. I'm Zach Arns. Also want to welcome in the folks on 95.3 and 1290 AM back home in Northwest Arkansas. First and 10 for the Patriots. 2 tight ends set. This is Allman. And Springdale's got him hemmed in. He's going to get maybe a yard out of that, and it'll bring up second down.
Good job there by Jace, stopping him there at the line of scrimmage.
Well, you can see Springdale not concerned at all with the passing game of Parkview. Going bump and run on the outside, creeping their safeties up to support the run.
Well, down in the River Valley, the upset has happened. Northside defeats Greenwood 31-16, as we've been following that one all night.
So second down, 9 yards to go. Landon Rogers on the pitch to Allman. Allman trying to get to the outside, finds the corner. He's going to be bumped out of bounds. He's going to come up short of first down yardage. The ball is going to be placed at the, looks like about the 48. Be a 5-yard pickup, and we'll bring up third down.
Big third down here for the Springdale defense. See if they can stop Parkview and get the ball back for their offense.
Clock's moving. Just about 8.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Third down. Here comes Allman again. He's got first down yardage across the 50. Parkview now on the march.
I think he's barely going to get that first down there at the 47-yard line.
On the night, 131 yards for Gary Allman.
47-yard line. That's good for Patriots. First down.
Got an injured Bulldog down on the field. Looks to be number 1, Juwan Boyd.
So while they tend to Juwan, we'll take a timeout. 8:31 to go in the ball game. 21-16 our score. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Springdale Bulldog Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Springdale Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Bulldog. Schedule, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Springdale Bulldogs, proudly presented by Crane Buick GMC. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Welcome back to Little Rock. Juwan getting up under his own power. Seeing a lot of guys cramping tonight, and it looks like a cramp to me. 8:31 to go in the ball game. Springdale leads by 5. It's been a rough night. Springdale's struggled with penalties, referees, and the turnover bug.
Quick score update. Southside leading Bentonville West 44-31 with about 1:45 left in their ball game.
We've got 8:31 to go. It's 1st and 10 for Parkview. Ball at the 47. Ricky Monafor is checked in for Juwan Boyd at the safety spot. Here comes Allman again. Springdale there to meet him. Hunter, he's the first one there, and a host of Bulldogs.
Bulldogs just kind of met Allman right there at the line. Gain of about 1 right there. As we said, Springdale not really concerned about the pass right
now. Not at all.
But with Parkview right now, they're gaining at times, 4 or 5 yards just to keep the chains moving. And that's enough to keep this drive alive.
So it's 2nd down. Ball at the 46. This is Allman again. This time he's going to get a nice gain close to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short. They're going to put him at the 40-yard line, a 6-yard pickup. It will bring up 3rd down and 3 for Parkview. Patriots tonight, not a ton of yards. I mean, just 201 total yards, but they have been very effective running out of this I formation. 3rd down, 3. Here comes Allman again. He's going to get the 1st down at the 37. The way they're spotting it on the far side, that should be enough. Looks like they're going to take a look at it. 7:04 to go. And they're going to call it a 1st down without even measuring it. So 1st down for Parkview.
Springdale defense here just trying to get off the field. Parkview on 1st down normally just getting about a yard. 2nd down, 4 or 5, and then 3rd down they're getting that last needed 3 or 4 yards.
Here's Allman trying to get to the outside. And he's going to get inside the 30-yard line.
That run set up by a nice hold there on Nathan Burkett.
Ball goes to the 27. Will be, call it 2nd down and 1.
On the 27-yard line, 2nd down and 1.
Offensively, the Patriots have not gone to the pass at all.
Now we've got a
false start.
The ball go back to the 32. It will be 2nd down and 6. 6:13 to go.
Another quick score update. Bentonville leading Conway 21-17.
Wow.
With 2:14 left in the 4th.
My good friend Jeff Matthews has got a good one going on over there. I formation, Landon Rogers, the quarterback. Gary Allman deep in the eye. They're going to give it to him. He's got a seam right up the middle, makes a guy miss, and Gary Allman is going to get into the end zone for a Parkview touchdown. So Gary Allman goes in from 32 yards to give the Patriots a 1-point lead at 22-21. Nice move by Allman on the last Springdale defender. And Juwan Boyd is once again down with a cramping issue on the sidelines. Gary Allman on the night, 31 carries, 182 yards.
Officials timeout here, I guess.
Juwan down here at the on the near side has got a cramp issue. So while they tend to him, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. HAR-BER. Hometown fresh.
6:05 to go in the ball game. 22-21 our score. Gary Allman has just scored from 28 yards out. Juwan Boyd is cramping down here on the near sidelines. That was the reason for the officials' timeout. Jalen White has checked onto the field to try the extra point for Parkview. I can't imagine why they wouldn't go for 2 here to make it a 3-point game. I don't know that 2 does you any good, does it?
Not really, because if Springdale gets into field goal range.
Yeah, they just called Jalen White off. They're going to go for 2. So big play here for the Bulldogs. This is the difference between a 1-point lead and a 3-point lead. Parkview's going to spread it out, 4 wide receivers. Landon Rogers, the quarterback. They're going to try a reverse. This is Allman. And he's got a guy in the corner of the end zone. I believe that is Landon Rogers, the quarterback. So the 2-point play works. And Springdale finds themselves down 24-21. So with 6:05 to go in the ballgame, 24-21 our score. We're going to take a short timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
You can love where you live and play at an apartment community managed by Lindsay Management Company. Affordable apartments with awesome amenities, including clubhouses, fitness centers, pools, tennis and basketball courts, and playgrounds at select locations. Many locations also include golf privileges, business centers, game rooms, tanning beds, whirlpools, saunas, and resort-style swimming pools. View rates, photos, and apply online at lindsaymanagement.com.
5 to go in the ballgame. Springdale trails by 3, 24-21. You got a couple of scores.
I do, and that's actually the exact same score we have here. Conway has now taken the lead over Bentonville, 24-21, with a minute left in their ballgame.
Our situation, Springdale's going to get the football back with 6 minutes to go. Jalen White's got it teed up. They've been pooch kicking it all night. So Springdale should, in theory, get really good field position out of this. Well, here we go. White's got it teed up. He approaches the football. High pooch kick. Bukow fumbles it. And I believe Springdale got on top of it at the 30-yard line.
I think that was J-Lo that fell on the ball there. Good job by J-Lo to be able to cover up that ball. That way Parkview not able to get possession.
So Springdale take over. 6:02 to go in the ball game. 24-21 our score. Man and Pounders will go to the top of the screen. Daryl Parchman will be the receiver to the bottom. Jaden Cornelius is the tight end. And Grant and Garrett in the backfield. Grant gives to Garrett. Garrett's going to wind up getting 2 out of that, up to the 32-yard line.
Parkview's linebackers still playing super fast here late into the fourth quarter.
Clock running, 5:40 to go in the ball game. Second down, 8 for the Bulldogs at the 32. Here's Grant to throw. He's got Brock wide open. Brock pounders inside the 40, inside the 30. Brock down the sidelines. Brock pounders into the end zone. Touchdown, Springdale.
The Brock Ness monster brings it all the way to the house for the Bulldogs. You took a little too long on that, so I had to.
The Brock Ness monster with a touchdown. That one 68 yards, and Brock is down in the end zone.
Great job there by Brock, about the 20-yard line or so, put on the Jets to finish taking that into the end zone.
So while they tend to Brock in the end zone, we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
HAR-BER is not your typical bank. See for yourself.
I do most of my banking online.
I really utilize it more for my online bill pay, which is absolutely great.
Do you use the HAR-BER Go app?
Yes, I do use the app. I love it.
The best part is the quick view. You don't even have to log in. You can just see what your accounts are that day.
But when you log in now, it just shows everything right there.
The fingerprint touch is a game changer.
We use the app, got to transfer money in a pinch. Quick and easy.
HAR-BER Bank. Our customers say it best.
Brock Pounders up under his own power walking down the sideline. 68 yards on the touchdown strike from Grant to Brock. Puts the Bulldogs back in front, 27-24 pending the extra point. Brock Star, Brock Dog, Brock Ness Monster, whatever you want to call it. That's a huge play. Grant now having a good night. Over 200 yards passing. He's got the 2 touchdowns.
And we have flags.
More flags. That'll back Springdale up again. This is a big extra point. I mean, this makes it a 3 or 4 point game.
Another quick score update with 10:40 left in this ball game. Fayetteville leads Owasso 45-24 in the fourth quarter.
Purple Dogs living up to expectations as Silvestre sets for the extra point. High snap, kicks on the way, and it's good. 5:19 to go in the ball game. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Ozarks Go from Ozarks Electric Cooperative is leading the fiber revolution, connecting the divide with high-speed broadband access to close that gap. From cloud to cloud, post to post. From downtown to way out of town, to connect our customers to a world of blazing speed and access to absolutely everywhere. It's our customers connected and energized with Ozarks Go.
5:19 to go in the ball game. Bulldogs lead by 4, 28-24. It's been a back-and-forth ball game most of the way, and Springdale has shot themselves in the foot a number of times, but has finally gotten the lead and hopefully sort of control a quick score. What I said. Quick strike from Grant to Brock gets the Bulldogs back in front. I was watching Brock down here on the sidelines. He looks to be all right. Hopefully he'll get back out there on the next series. Big series here for the Springdale defense. Can't relax now. I mean, you know what they're going to do. They're going to come out. They're going to line up in the eye. They're going to come right at you, and they're going to try to grind this clock down and get a touchdown at the end.
Absolutely, and what I would definitely watch, especially with the fact that they really didn't run a pass play that entire series, really until that 2-point conversion. Watch for the play action because Springdale's been kind of bringing pressure here as they've been going, and we may see just a little dump-off pass come up big.
Silvestre's got it teed up. The ball angling for the sideline. It's going to bounce at the 15. It's taken by Allman. He tries to get down the sideline. Springdale's going to have him wrapped up at the 26. He's going to get a couple extra out of that, and that's going to be all. And that's where Parkview will take over.
Gary Allman returns the kick to the 28-yard line.
Looks as if Parchman slow to get up there.
So here we go. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Say hi to my good friend Scotty Bordelon, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. He's getting ready to cover the Razorbacks tomorrow. Got married last weekend. Congratulations to Scotty and his lovely bride. I didn't give him the same advice I gave you on the way down.
I had a full 4-hour car ride of nothing but advice.
That class ain't free. 5:10 to go in the ball game. I formation for Parkview. Here comes Allman. He's going to be met at the 30. He'll fall forward to the 32. It'll wind up being a pickup of 4.
That's Springdale defense, bringing pressure straight up the middle.
186 yards rushing for Gary Allman tonight. He has been the show for Parkview. Once again in the I formation, Rogers hands to Gary, and he just powers his way forward up to about the 34. Give him 2 on that, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Parkview right now just kind of going with the old Little Rock Central playbook, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, it's been effective. I mean, it's been the offense to this point. I mean, they've literally just lined up and come right at Springdale. Springdale has not been able to slow this down. They have absolutely no respect for the Parkview passing game at this point. Here comes Allman. He's got a little bit of room to the outside, and Springdale is going to stop him just shy, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Good job there by Chops to fight off the block and hit Allman there early before he could really bounce it outside.
So it'll bring up a 4th down and 1. Ball's at the 37. I mean, you got to figure this is Landon Rogers on that quarterback sneak, right? And yeah, that's where you got to figure this is going. And they moved. Yep. Springdale stemmed a little bit and got him to jump off sides.
That's going to push the ball back 5 yards.
Stemmed. Look at me. I've had a lot of conversations with Coach Clark. He's had to break that down for me, exactly what that means. But Springdale stems, gets Parkview to move. Now they'll wind up going backwards a little bit, and it's going to bring up a 4th and long, and Parkview's going to go.
Brock
Brock Powder's going to check in.
Looks as if he's replacing Gabe over there.
Now we've got Coach Boulding on the field. They're going to take a timeout. 3:33 to go in the ball game. 4 points, the difference. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
It's the taste of fresh-picked strawberries.
Or a burger cooked to perfection right off the grill.
It's a friendly smile and a well-timed wave.
It's knowing your neighbors.
And your neighbor's neighbors.
It's knowing there's nowhere else you'd rather be. Because being here is pretty great.
Quality you can trust from the people you know best.
HAR-BER, hometown fresh.
3:33 to go in the 4th quarter. Springdale leads by 4, 28-24. Here's your situation. It's 4th down and 7. Ball's resting at the 32. The line to make is about, we'll call it 39 and a half. And that's, we're kind of at an off angle here, some sort of guessing, but it's somewhere between the 39 and the 40. The Springdale defense, overall has been pretty good. 254 yards allowed on 62 plays. That's pretty good. I mean, in a vacuum, that looks pretty good, but this Parkview offense has just been hammering at Springdale for most of the night. Gary Allman doing most of the damage. 34 carries, 191 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's been fantastic. He has been the offense. 254 yards gained. He's got 194 of them.
Now, the only thing we haven't seen him in has been the pass game, and I think right here we're going to see what Rogers can do in the pass.
So here's Landon Rogers. Springdale brings pressure. He throws it up high. Stoney White is there. They bat it away, and the Bulldogs take over. Great play there by Stoney White to not intercept the ball but bat it down. Springdale's going to get the football on the 32-yard line.
Great job there by Stoney. I feel like we've been calling his name all night.
He's had a
defensively.
Really good night.
His second pass breakup, this one coming big here with just under 3.5 minutes to play in this ball game.
So we said it after they failed to go for, or they failed to convert on 4th down just a little while ago. This is a huge drive. You score here, you put this thing away, it becomes a 2-score game, provided you don't kick deep to Gary Allman again, and you wrap him up in the kick game. But Springdale's got an opportunity here to put this thing away with 3:27 to go in the quarter. Grant will bring the offense out. Brock and Jaden will go to the bottom of the screen. Jeffrey and Darrell. No, Darrell's going to stay in the backfield along with Garrett Vaughn. They'll go with a 2-back set. Play clock at 5. Grant takes and gives to Garrett, and he's going to get just a couple near the 30-yard line.
Kind of got flipped forward for about another yard or so.
Right now, the clock, the enemy of the Parkview Patriots, they do have all 3 timeouts left. So we approach 3 minutes to go in the ballgame. Springdale in absolutely no hurry. They've not started the 25-second clock, and they just did. So Grant can run it down as far as he wants.
Quick score update while we have a moment. Little Rock Central beating Rogers Heritage 43-15.
Here comes Garrett again on the stretch. Garrett inside the 30-yard line down to the 27. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs right now, like we said, just kind of bleeding the clock as we roll right at 2.5 minutes left.
I'll tell you what we haven't seen tonight is the waggle or the roll where you fake the zone to Garrett on the outside and you bring Garrett and Brock back the other way. We haven't seen that tonight.
We haven't. Right now, I think the Bulldogs, if they can pick up a good chunk of yards here, are comfortable with just running the ball.
The play clock at 5. 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're going to call timeout. So Springdale's going to take a timeout with 1:58 to go in the ball game. 28-24 our score. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means faster care. And because we're full-service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. At Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale. When accidents happen, our 30 minutes or less ER service pledge can mean less waiting and faster care. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
1:58 to go in the ball game. Springdale leads by 4, 28-24. I think everything I believed coming into this football game about the Parkview Patriots is accurate. They're a good football team. They have given Springdale everything they want in this ball game. They did not wear down. I mean, that is very evident. I think they're going to be a factor in the 5A. Springdale just needs to close this deal and get out of here and head back up the hill 2-0. So here we go. 3rd down 5. Parkview again has all of their timeouts left. Grant in the pistol. Grant's going to throw. He's got Brock into the end zone. Touchdown, Springdale!
Good job there by the offensive line. Gave Grant enough time to sit there, find Brock, get it into the end zone, and the Bulldogs now take a 2-possession lead.
Hey, give Grant a lot of credit. He hung in there and took a shot after he delivered the ball to Brock. But Brock and Grant hook up again. The Brock Ness Monster with a touchdown to give the Bulldogs a 10-point lead at 34-24. Great night for Brock. 2nd consecutive 100-yard receiving night for him. This time it includes 2 touchdowns, 5 for 123 and 2 scores. And the Bulldogs looking to go up by 11. Silvestre's extra point is on the way, and good.
With no flags.
With 1:48 to go in the ballgame, the Bulldogs lead by 11. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
1:48 to go in the ballgame. The Bulldogs lead by 11, 35-24. Grant has just hooked up with Brock for the 2nd time tonight. Springdale is in a good position. I still don't like Gary Allman back there deep, but I think they're in a good position here to possibly get a shot and go 2-0. I think if you're Parkview at this point, if you don't get a return for touchdown, you got to start throwing the ball, and that's not what they do well.
Absolutely, and you could see there that on that pass, the Springdale defense, just kind of sat back there as if they were playing center field in the majors and just kind of batted the ball away. So Conway, by the way, beat Bentonville 24-21.
Wow.
So Bentonville falls to 0-2 on the season.
Wow. So back deep for the Patriots, Gary Allman and Feemster. Silvestre's got it teed up. There's virtually no wind here in the stadium. It's just hot and humid. Silvestre, it's kind of a knuckleball, and you know what? I don't necessarily mind that. He kicked it right to Ron Harris, who made a nice catch there on the sidelines.
Good job, Ron.
There's Ron right there. So the ball's going to go out of bounds, and you know what? I don't necessarily mind that it went out of bounds. This Parkview Patriot passing game, 5 out of 17 tonight for 26 yards, 2 interceptions. You know, Springdale's defense they would give up 123 last week. You had the 26 in tonight. I mean, Springdale's pass defense has been pretty good.
I think they're actually going to have
Springdale kick it again. So
I think if you're Parkview, that's smart, because then that gives Allman a chance to then return the ball, and we've seen what he can do in the return game.
Yes, we have.
Very dangerous.
I'm thinking this has got to be like a squib kick, right? I mean, you just want this thing to run down there and bounce around about 20 times. Yeah, I think that's what they're talking about right now. 1:48 to go in the ballgame. Springdale leads by 11.
I think in what I saw, Coach Middleton right here pointing to the opposite direction of where Allman's standing, towards the far sideline over there, kick it away from him.
There's a big hole right at about the 40-yard line behind that first line of defenders. So Silvestre is going to kick it. It's going to bounce at the 26. The ball's loose. Feemster picks it up. He's got a bit of a hole here. And Springdale knocks him down at the 39-yard line. So that is where Parkview will take over.
Minute 41 here left in the ball game. Your Parkview, Springdale's kind of seen you really don't have a pass game all night. You've relied on the run. It paid dividends for you early, but here down 2 scores, you kind of do have to rely on this pass game now to see what your young quarterback can do.
Landon Rogers in the shotgun. He's got Allman alongside. And I want to give a special shout-out to our camera folks, Yvette and
Jose.
Thank you. I was thinking it was Pedro, but he was down on the sidelines. They have done a heck of a job tonight. Pass complete at the 44-yard line. Springdale wraps that up quickly. Jose and Yvette have been working under adverse conditions, to say the very least.
Good job there by the Springdale defense to swarm to the ball very quickly. It looked as if Parkview was going to try a hook and ladder there.
And clock's moving with 1:17 to go. Here's Rogers. That's going to be picked. That's Brock Dog. Brock Pounders with the interception inside the 30, inside the 20. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 8-yard line, and that is going to put a seal on this one. Springdale's going to go to 2-0. And I don't know about you, Carlos, but I think my MVP tonight just picked off the pass.
Absolutely. My early candidate was going to be Ricky Montefiore with the big plays that he's had. But I think right there, Brock kind of stilled it for it. Got, I think, the player of the game right there on that pick. 2 touchdowns tonight, plus an interception, big on defense.
So Springdale's going to take over the football at the 8-yard line. Now, Parkview does have 3 timeouts. So I feel like you got to run a play, right? I mean, you can't take the knee 3 times. I feel like you got to run a play here and see what if they don't call a timeout, then you just you let it run out and you take the knee. But I feel like you got to at least give it a shot here. So Springdale takes over. 1:04 to go. 35-24 the score. Get Grant and Garrett in the backfield. Jaden's the tight end. Here comes Garrett on the counter. He's going to get inside the 5-yard line, still fighting inside the 4, and he's going to be knocked down. And we've got a Parkview Patriot on the turf. It's a 6-yard pickup on the play. With 46 seconds to go in the ballgame, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
From setting the budget to signing the papers, we guide you through the home buying process and get you the key. Making better happen with First Security. when homemade is too good to keep at home. Helping Arkansas business do business. Making better happen with First Security.
Welcome back to Little Rock. 30 seconds to go in the ballgame. The play clock down to 7. Springdale's going to take a knee here and get out of the ballgame with a victory. So our final score tonight, Springdale 35, Parkview 24. Springdale going to go to 2-0 on the season for the second year in a row. The Bulldogs earn a very hard-fought victory over a very good Parkview team. We'll be right back after the break with the post-game show. You're watching the Springdale Bulldogs on the Bulldog Sports Network.
I need new tires. What size of tire do I need? Will they have my size? Do I need an appointment? When can I get in? How long will that take? Can I drop my car off? Do I have to wait there? What will I do with my kids? Will they have a tire that fits my budget?
Does buying tires have your head spinning? At Tire Tracks, we have all the answers built on over 20 years of local service. With 3 convenient locations in Northwest Arkansas and over 25 highly skilled technicians, we can answer all your questions and keep your head from spinning.
Welcome back to Little Rock, where Springdale is victorious, 35-24 over a very good Parkview football team. The Bulldogs move to 2-0 for the second year in a row. Springdale will be at home next week. Take on Alma at Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium. 7 p.m. The kickoff will be on the air with the pregame show at 6:30. Some final numbers. Our MVP tonight, Brock Pounders. Brock had a phenomenal night tonight. 5 catches, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The 2 touchdowns gave Springdale the lead in the fourth quarter and then iced the ball game. He also had an interception and a 49-yard return. So Springdale going to 2-0. A very hard-fought victory. Very proud of this football team. They have overcome some adversity. They have fought their way through. Next week they'll go for 3-0. The bye week after that, and then start their conference season. Good night for Grant Allen as well. Grant over 200 yards passing. Those 2 touchdowns to Brock, plus 1 to Jaden Cornelius, and had his best night as a Springdale Bulldog. Springdale's defense, 259 yards in total offense for Parkview. A lot of that came on the ground courtesy of Gary Allman. A good night for the Parkview senior. So that's going to do it from War Memorial. The Dogs head back up the hill 2-0. We will talk to you next Friday night from Gerald Williams Bulldog Stadium, 7 p.m. Alma's in town. We'll talk to you then. Have a good night, everybody.